The following podcast is recommended for mature audiences only. The following podcast is recommended for adults only. Maturity is not a requirement.
Hello and welcome to episode 26 of Dear Download, a podcast where we get to share our most intimate and treasured memories of Download Festival. We'll talk about each year, the bands we saw, the bands we missed, and everything else noteworthy that happened across the weekend. Also, we'll touch upon any news, other festivals, and the music industry past, present and future. This week is part 2 of our review of Download Festival 2022. I'm Adam, and as always, I'm here with Simon. How are you doing, mate?
Hey everyone, it's Future Adam here. We've had a few problems with the audio for this episode. Problems that I don't really understand. I didn't know about them until this evening when I first started editing. So there wasn't really a lot I could do about it. So it just happens that we've lost the first sort of, I think it's probably about 5 or 6 minutes of Simon's audio. Luckily, it sorted itself out just before the news section, so we can go straight into the news, and it doesn't start in like the middle of a conversation, which is great. There were a couple of other issues, or a bit more than I usually have to sort out. So this episode has been much more difficult to edit than it usually is. So there may have been a few things that I've missed. A few, I don't know, nothing major, just background noises. Simon's cats, which I'll normally try and cut out and then piece together the extra bits, so it seems like one normal conversation and you'll be none the wiser. But I knew I wouldn't have time to do that sort of thing this episode, so the vast majority of it will be fine. 99% of it, I'm sure, like I said, it would be absolutely fine. Nothing too far from our usual quality, but just so you know, there might be a few outliers that I missed. So yeah, thank you for bearing with us, and let's get on with the show.
Can I ask you a question first before we go into the news? Did you watch any of the Hellfest live streams?
I haven't, no. Were they good?
They were fucking excellent. Yeah, I watched Bullet, Bring Me the Horizon, and Perturbator, and they were wow. I mean, Download should take note, because this is how you live stream a metal festival. I mean, the coverage was excellent. The sound was incredible. I don't know how these guys mixed it live.
Yeah.
But wow, it was just brilliant. I watched the Bullet one live. I watched the Bring Me the Horizon one just after it happened. And then I watched the Perturbator one literally today. But the Bullet one live, everyone on the chat was like, why does this sound so amazing?
Yeah.
Like, it was incredible. I couldn't believe how good the sound was. So yeah, I just think Download should take note, because I think that the coverage of Download is very poor.
Yeah. Well, they did the same for
Very
Glastonbury as
poor.
well, didn't they? Glastonbury were live streaming it.
Yeah. And everyone loved it and talked about it and spread the word, and now more people want to go Glastonbury.
Yeah.
Download doesn't do anything like that, and I don't know why.
No.
They definitely should have live streams and, music and stuff you can tune into, or whole sets from gigs put out afterwards. I just think other that's one of the things, and there's not many, because Download does stuff very well, but it's definitely one of the things that other festivals are doing better than Download.
Yeah. That is one thing
Without
I want
doubt.
to ask Andy Copping, actually, when he comes on eventually as well. Does he secretly have lots of footage from previous years? Does he might have footage of the Korn set where Jonathan Davis couldn't make it and there was like 6 other people.
Yeah.
He might have Trivium. I've seen a video of Trivium on 2005. He might have Metallica in 2004 when Joey did a lot of it, or 2003 when it was a secret set.
Well, sometimes you get those things, don't you? Like years after the concerts happen, like the Live Aid ones and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And then they have all this archive footage kept somewhere, and then eventually they release it. It would be great if, the 20th anniversary is coming up. If we could get some full sets, or at least some songs and backstage stuff or whatever from like the first few downloads, that would be incredible. That really would. And I bet some of the footage is I mean, there's been so many iconic shows at Download,
Yeah.
but not, there's a few, there's quite a few to be fair, but there's a lot missing, man.
Yeah.
It's just not there. It's just people's phone footage of it. And in the early days, phones were crap.
Well, yeah. There weren't any
you
phones.
couldn't watch a whole gig on one of those phones.
Nah.
Jesus. You wouldn't want
yeah,
to.
well, yeah, the video that I
uh,
saw of Metallica in 2003, the secret set was awful camera footage.
Of course. Yeah, of course. Yeah. It's going to be, which is a shame. So, yeah, that's a good question for Andy.
Yeah. We're not going to ask
You're
the
a
regular
good man.
questions that most people ask him.
Definitely
We'll
not.
ask him.
We'll find some
proper.
next level left field questions to ask
Yeah.
him.
Well, talking about asking questions, we've had an email. Let's do the news. Simon, bring the news in, please.
Come on, Simon. Get that news in here. Do it. This is the news. We've got news coming for you now. Just shut up. The news is going to come now. This is the news.
Thank you, Simon. So, yeah, we've had an email. It says, "Hey there, Simon. Just received your I should have proofread this. Just received your accreditation note for 2000 Trees. Just wanted to message to say it has been accepted as a single pass only. More info to come on email next week. Cheers, M." Now, that is very cool.
Very exciting.
I had to message you and ask what accreditation is. But it's like a media pass, isn't it? Something like that.
Yeah, basically, for the first time ever, we have been accepted for a media pass at a festival, 2000 Trees, which we've talked about on the podcast before. And we're super stoked because it means that I'm going, Adam's not going, but it means good things for the podcast because I can go backstage and interview some bands, which is huge for us. Like, actually going to a festival and interviewing bands and being accepted for that is fantastic. And obviously, once people see that we've been there and done a great job, we can hopefully go to other festivals, aka Bloodstock, aka Download, aka whatever. Yeah. And get more stuff. So it's been a good week for the podcast because it's in like a week and a half. I'm super excited, and we'll get access to an area that we never had before.
Yeah.
And it kind of means that we're taking a step in the right direction as well because, it's just exciting. It really is. I'm buzzing. I can't wait.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna annoy everyone back there with my happiness. It's gonna be ridiculous. People went, get this guy out of here. Why is this guy so happy?
Take 4 ciders and a
Why
banana.
is he so Take your 4 ciders and a banana and get out. That's a reference to our Adam Leader interview. If you want to go back to that special 4 ciders and an Adam Leader.
Yeah. No, like I said, it's awesome news. I had to ask you, I did have other questions that I was going to wait to ask you on here because it might be interesting for other people. So do you get to choose who you speak to, or do you just go and hang around backstage and see who comes out and see who you can just bump into by chance?
No, so I already had an idea of how this worked from talking to other people. So there will be bands that are scheduled for interviews. So obviously, the big bands won't come and do an interview with us because we're not important enough.
Yeah.
So they'll do it with Kerrang, Metal Hammer, whoever's doing the coverage of that festival particularly.
Yeah.
But obviously the medium-sized to small bands, I hate to use those terms, but the bands that aren't quite up there yet, will come and talk to podcasts like us. So we sort of have to book in time with them.
Right.
So, you won't want to do more than a 15-minute interview anyway. So you'll have about that time with each band and you have a free for you. You can ask them whatever questions, or obviously I'll ask them before, is there anything you don't want me to ask? I've done, so for reference, I have done interviewing with bands before. I used to do it for like a channel basically on YouTube and do interviews and stuff like that for them. So I'm quite used to speaking to bands anyway. So
how long have we've done? Sorry, this is episode 26. We've done 25 episodes so far, all about 2 hours each, plus a couple of bonus ones. So we've done 50 plus hours of talking to each other, and that's the first time that's come up.
Yeah, I used to do interviews for a channel called We Evolution Arts. So in all the local scene
your channel?
of Cheltenham.
Sorry. Was it your channel?
No,
Okay.
it was like a little company.
Right.
We used to, I used to be the interviewee on camera, going around interviewing all the local acts.
That's cool.
So yeah, so I've obviously got experience in doing that. So it'll be easy for me to talk to bands and. I've got some fucking hilarious questions as well. Like, I'm not just going to ask them serious questions. I'm going to ask them some funny stuff and some podcast related things like festival questions, Desert Island Discs, stuff
cool.
like that. So,
okay.
So when we have them on the podcast and we obviously play the interviews, then afterwards, me and you can talk about what their answers were to certain questions that me and you always talk about. So
I'm
loaded up,
One question that we have tried to ask every band we've had on so far was, do you arrive on the first day of the festival or do you arrive on the day of your set so you're fresh? I don't know if you remembered that one. You probably have.
I do.
It was a long time ago, but you've got a better memory than me.
I'll stick that in the questions.
Awesome. Yeah.
I'll stick it in.
That's probably something that other people don't ask as well. It's something because you want to have like fresh questions for them. You don't want to be asking the same questions that everybody else asks. And so it's more interesting for the band as well, then, I would say. But saying that, after what I said last week, or last episode even, about not wanting to do that sort of thing at Download, I just want to have fun, that's my time to party. I talk about it all year round, but not at Download. I also think that's partly because I wouldn't be very good at it. I don't think I'd be very good at interviewing people. So it's just my cop-out of going, I don't want to interview people.
Well, that's why there's two of us, because you can just send me to do all that shit. And then you can just do normal. So it's fine.
Yeah, sounds good.
I'm here to also work, not just have fun. So I can work. If I'm pushed in the right direction, I can do some work. So
awesome.
I will be not long. I'm going to be working. I'm going to be working a maximum of about half an hour for the podcast, but it will be worth it. And I am super excited about it. And I look forward to hopefully building a good relationship with these guys and. Coming back next year and getting into some more festivals, which is very cool. So hopefully all goes well.
Awesome. Are you, I didn't know whether it was going to be for the podcast or for YouTube. Are you going to be putting them on YouTube as well?
No, I won't be recording them. I'll go, I'll be doing the vlog and I might ask them to be in the vlog for a little bit and say hello or do whoever I'm doing an interview with, or do something funny. But but the vlog I'll just explore. I'm literally going to see how far this pass gets me.
Okay.
I'm going to try and get into every area I can with this pass.
Yeah. Awesome.
so it'll be fun. Yeah. And I'll vlog it all and try and get my experience of doing it. And, it'll be great. It's going to be a great experience for everyone, I think. It's going to be very cool.
Of course, we were on the Nevermind Polly podcast a couple of months back, who's also he said he's got a media pass for 2000 Trees, which is cool. Have you already applied for Bloodstock? Or
No.
You haven't yet? If you get it...
I will be.
If you get it, you must talk to Syra for me, please. They're awesome.
Okay. Well, if they're doing interviews.
Well, if they're not doing interviews, just work your way in somehow. Just sort of dance yourself over, slide into their conversation.
Into their interview space. Fucking hell.
Oh dear. Yeah, no, that is super, super cool. It's fucking awesome, man. I'm glad you got it. I didn't even know you were going for it. So it's.
I like to surprise you.
Yeah, thank you. Do you have any? I don't think you do, but do you have any other festivals after Bloodstock between Bloodstock and Download next year? Just out of curiosity.
I was really tempted to go to Reading this year as well, but it sold out so fast. I'm really tempted to try and get Glastonbury tickets for next year.
Yeah.
So we'll see how everything goes with the house and shit like that. And maybe, if not next year, then the year after. But I just want to do Glastonbury to say that I've done it.
Yeah.
I just want to tick it off the list. And then I might maybe go to a few smaller ones next year, but nothing else is planned.
Cool. Yeah, do it before you have kids and too much of a mortgage, because they get expensive and eat a lot of your time up.
Yeah, Jesus, yeah.
Talking about
mortgages and kids, I can use that as another segue. That's awesome. So there's one specific thing I want to talk about mortgage and kids in the main section today. So shall we? Oh, sorry, no. Actually, before we go in, do you have any more news? Quickly.
Yes, I have some release news and some. Well, the other one's not really news; it's just funny things that I found out this week involving Rockworld.
Cool.
So, new releases. Machine Head released a new track.
Did they?
Called called Unhallowed.
I didn't know that.
Oh my god, it is so good.
Is it as good as is there anybody out there?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to listen to that immediately after.
I've listened to it a lot.
Nice.
And that and Choke on the Ashes of Your Hate, which is like the other single they released. They've done them on like a double single. I'm not sure if they're doing that thing where they release the album, a song like every couple of weeks or whatever. But those two songs on that double thing are really, really good. It's incredible. I listen to it over and over again because I absolutely love it. In Flames released a new song called State of Slow Decay. Standard In Flames, but still excellent because In Flames are great. And going off out of the rock world, one of my favourite electronic artists ever, Kudo, who makes music that sounds like it comes from another world.
Right.
It's the weirdest electronic music I've ever heard, but it's something I get some serious feels for. It's incredible. He released 2 tracks called Infinite Window and Sliding Through Our Fingers. Also, I released an EP.
You did, yes. I am terrible. I was supposed to share that.
I released an EP just over a week or a week and a half ago under my electronic pseudonym Mercury Night. The EP is called Moving Scenery. So if you like electronic music, chill out stuff, or the more synthwave, Tangerine Dream, Jean-Michel Jarre and all that sort of stuff. It's kind of like my homage to that. Vangelis as well. I've done a song dedicated to Vangelis. So if you like electronic stuff, check out Mercury Night on Spotify, Moving Scenery. Yeah. It's me.
Awesome.
Go check it out. But funny news.
Yeah, sorry. Before you go on to that, I haven't checked my release radar on Spotify for a while, so I was going to see if those ones that you said were on there.
I saw that Saliva have a new song out as well.
That one's not. It's okay. I've only listened to it like once. I'm waiting to see whether they confirm whether they're coming back to whether how pissed off with them I'm going to be. Once they confirm that they're coming back over to the UK, I will get excited again. But at the moment, I'm annoyed with them. They're not in my good books. Sorry, Saliva.
Oh.
If you're listening, he's not listening. If you no. It was okay.
Because Raunchy are listening.
Raunchy.
And then Raunchy will talk to another friend, and then they tell their friend, and so on, and so on. And then it eventually get back to Saliva.
Yeah. So. Yeah. Do you know, I discovered on Instagram, I discovered another podcast because of Raunchy. They must have used the Raunchy hashtag and it just came up. What is it called? Something or just blethering? I think it's a song as well. Is it a Killswitch Engage song? I don't know. But they basically talk about albums from their youth. And one of them was Raunchy's Death Pop Romance that came up.
Oh, nice.
I haven't listened to it yet. I'm still looking. The new music, In Flames is it. Yeah, there's probably lots of cool stuff that I've missed because I haven't looked at my release radar yet. There was one band, actually. Sorry, before you go to the funny stuff. I got into a new band, which doesn't happen all too often, but a band called Chaos Bay just came on. Do you know what? I was listening to The Fire I Play With. I haven't listened to that for ages. I was like, why have I not listened to that song for ages? So I put it on. And after, because it was just a single, it goes into random stuff, and it was the next song that came on after that.
Nice.
By obviously In Search of Sun, and yeah, it was amazing. I haven't listened to much of their other stuff yet, but I think they got a new album out this year. So yeah, worth checking out if you
nice. Yeah, man, keep going. I love to hear you say that when you discover new shit. It makes me so happy.
Yeah, awesome.
It makes me so happy. Literally, I love it.
Cool. Was there anything else? Sorry.
Oh yeah, sorry. So Rammstein played Coventry the other day. the Coventry Arena. Apparently, it was so loud that people could hear the music 11 miles away.
Yeah, I've seen that. That is insane.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
That is literally incredible. But yeah, I had a few friends that were going and they said it was just like, Rammstein. Do you know what, though? I had a thought. Would Rammstein, do people go to Rammstein concerts because they like industrial metal, or are they just going for the show? Or is it half... how many people that go to these Rammstein shows genuinely listen to Rammstein? Or do they just... if Rammstein came out and done a gig with no pyro, how much would people actually enjoy it? Yeah. You can't do that now because they can't just get rid of all the pyro. They can't just
decide not to, yeah.
But I would be so interested to see them play a gig with just lighting, no pyro at all, and see what the crowd reaction would be.
Yeah.
Because it's just I saw them as early as 2001, and even then they had pyro.
Nice.
And they were fantastic. I mean, I'm talking a tenth of the pyro they have now. They had some flames.
Yeah.
And he had a butcher's knife with a mic on it, and maybe they done something else. He pulled out a dick that had water shooting out of it. Do you know what I mean? Compared to now, it's there's no. You would never have done a stadium.
Yeah.
So I'm just interested to see. It's gone so far now. I mean, where else can you go when you have giant towers that have screens on that look like skyscrapers with flames coming out the top?
Yeah,
I mean, I thought that Kiss had a lot of pyro until fucking Rammstein started playing arenas, stadiums rather. It's holy fuck.
I'm sure they've had some of the band members on fire at some point as well, haven't they? Just everything gets set on fire.
Yeah, well, that's why Rammstein always looks silver or black or dirty.
Yeah.
Because they're completely covered in that fire retardant stuff. They have it over all of them, constantly. They have it in their hair, all over their bodies, just in case anything. I'm sure they've been burnt, and Till Lindemann must have been burnt a fucking million times. But they're covered in all that fire retardant stuff. It's probably pretty good. But yeah, anyway, just some stuff about Rammstein. And Kiss, talking about Kiss played a gig in Austria. And after the gig, they put up a thing that says "Thank you" from Kiss. And it had the Australian flag in it rather than the Austrian flag. And do you know what's funny, though? Everyone's like, oh, fuck this band, man. I can't believe that Gene Simmons and Paul Stanley would do this. They do realise that it was the tech team's fault, right?
Yeah, yeah.
The guys from Kiss don't go up to the laptop afterwards and press the button.
No.
That's the technical... people were genuinely blaming them for it. And it's they literally just done that and walked off stage. They don't get the flag and put the flag in the background. No. Oh, yeah, they're always grabbing PDFs. They're always on there. They're always on Photoshop. Yeah, doing their own backgrounds. Yeah, fantastic. Of course they're not.
No.
It's the technical team's fault. I was like, it's a bit harsh, isn't it, to blame them? I mean, technical team, you could blame them.
Yeah.
I mean, they should know which country they're in.
Yeah. I think there was another one where they had, thank you, Kansas. And they weren't in Kansas. Something along those lines.
See, it's just funny. It's just funny. It's just great.
It can happen to anybody. It happened at the Olympics with North Korea and South Korean flags. Did it? I think South Korea came out and they put North Korea's flag up.
Oh,
a long time ago. I didn't understand what the big deal was at the time. Obviously, now I do. But yeah.
Yeah, Jesus. Anyway. Wow, you don't want to do that.
No.
But yeah, I just thought that was really funny. But I just thought it was funny that people were blaming the band, and it's just really? Do you really think they're doing it? I don't think they are. But some people, they don't know how music
some people,
works.
Some people are thick. Some people are thick. I probably shouldn't say that. I don't know about that. Maybe I will. I don't know. Some people are thick.
Cut that. Yeah, that's true.
Going back to Rammstein, quickly before we go on, I mean, I've also been thinking about Rammstein recently, and if they were to come out today, would they be anywhere as big over here? If they were to come around 10 years ago, it's basically so there was that big explosion of bands where back in sort of 2002, 2003, when things like Dishonor came out, Limp Bizkit had all those hits, Linkin Park. bands don't have that anymore. But like bands, I don't know when it happened. I want to do a full episode on this at some point. But like everybody knew who Limp Bizkit were, even like the chavs in school. Yeah, everybody knew who Slipknot were. Maybe not everybody, but I'm wondering in schools these days, do the big bands that have like explosions hit as many people as they used to?
Yeah. Would you go into like a school and say, "Do you know who Rammstein are?"
Yeah.
Do you think they would be like? I mean, if you think about it on a surface level, it's fucking weird if someone who doesn't listen to metal knows who a German industrial metal band are. Like that like in our world they're massive because they're playing stadiums.
Yeah.
But does the average Joe or Jane know who the fuck Rammstein are?
Yeah.
Probably not. They probably have, and if you played it to them, they would probably think it was the worst thing they've ever heard.
Yeah.
A monotone German speaking with just really fucking heavy guitars and like these crazy riffs.
Yeah.
Like, what would they think about that? It is mental if you think about it.
Well, obviously a similar thing happened with Baby Metal. They have been a bit newer on the scene, because I was wondering if we would get bands with other languages very often. You know, you could have a band who sound exactly the same as Rammstein come out, exactly the same, but because it's not Rammstein, because they didn't have that explosion with Dishonor, and there was Links 234 or whatever it is. Links.
Yeah. Firefly, they had all. They blew up on that, didn't they?
Those songs made them blow up, and they've just stayed around. A bit like System of a Down as well. They haven't released anything for a long time. They're still apparently good enough to headline. But I'm not sure if they
not
are.
in my eyes.
No, just that explosion 20 years ago.
Yeah. To be fair, I don't know. I feel like you've got to work for a headline slot, and Rammstein have been releasing albums the whole time. I know they've taken like longer bits.
Yeah,
I just don't think it's fair when a band like System of a Down, who haven't released anything for ages, and they're boring, just get slots over other people. Like I genuinely like System of a Down. I think they're awesome. I think they've got loads of great songs. But if you haven't released something in that long, especially in the metal world where you really need to sort of stay current, I don't think you should. I would rather give a band that's released 6 albums in the last 10 years a go at headline, if they were big enough, obviously, than System of a Down, who are still fucking playing Chop Suey. Every time I hear that song, I want to fucking bludgeon someone with whatever's next to me.
Yeah, that did get a bit old. It took a long time to get old, but I feel that song's a bit old
Don't
now.
get me wrong, it's an incredible song.
Yeah.
Because it obviously is an incredible song. But whenever I hear it, I want to rip my own ears off. and if it comes on a club, I will purposely stand still.
Really?
Yeah, and not move. Or just get really annoyed and go to the bar.
Yeah.
Which is probably most likely what I will do.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's one of those songs. I don't know why.
I get a similar feeling with Let the Bodies Hit the Floor. That is well overplayed. But I
I kind of get that feeling. Not as strong, but I get what you mean.
Yeah. But anyway, let's stop talking about that, because like I said, I want to do a full episode on headliners. I'm going to do a lot of research. I'm going to do a lot of number crunching. I'm going to do loads and loads of stuff. So it might not be any time that soon. But it will be coming. I promise you it will come. And just to, like I said, just to get the numbers of like how long bands have been around for before their headline slot and things like that, just to see how it will compare to bands these days and how much work they've got to do, if any at all. So
I'm well up for that.
I think it'd be very interesting. But so let's.
You know how to give a guy a brain boner, because you just gave me one with those comments. I can't wait.
Awesome. Yeah. So well, before we go into the main topic, that's a good reason to stick around. Stick around with the podcast. Stick around with us. Simon's YouTube. That's going well. All the other YouTubers as well, actually, after Simon, of course, and after us. But yeah, the friends of the podcast, like we spoke about, Dale Cam, Chidsvids. There's another one. I was watching Nomad Propaganda last night. I think he's friends with Dale Cam. And Dale Cam's in it a couple of times, and I thought he's done a Dale cameo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus. That's great.
I had a slow day yesterday. All those cool things. Come and join us. Join us on social media. I really would love a lot of you to come and join our Discord as well. I want to get conversations going. I want to talk to you. I want to talk to you about, well, both of us, we want to talk to you about headliners, like we just said. Like, who do you want to headline? Who? All the good things you do for other people, do for us too. Tell your friends about us. We want you to be involved, and we want them to be involved. We don't know who they are yet. You do, so you've got to bring them to us. And all the good things.
This is like a cult. Start recruiting people that we can brainwash.
Yep.
Okay, this is what we're after. All right, start recruiting people. We'll start wearing fucking robes and shit.
Worship.
We'll do loads of worship. Yeah. We'll start doing some stuff. We'll get Vessel involved.
Yeah.
We'll be off.
Yeah, I recorded a video of Soren. He had it was like kind of like a blanket with a hood, and he had it over his head, and he had to write about it. So I said, "Say worship, worship." I was going to send it to you, but then once I'd recorded it, I was like, "Is that weird sending you videos of my kid?" I don't know.
Yeah, but that would have been hilarious.
Well, I'll send it to you after this, or at some point today.
I'll send it to Vicky because she'll love it.
Awesome. Like I said, all the great things you do that other people tell you to do. I'm not going to tell you to do it. Just do it. No, hang on. That is telling you to do it. Oh shit.
No, I like the way you done it though, because you weren't telling him to do it. I like it.
Dear Download podcast on most things. Dear Download. Hopefully you can find us by now. Hopefully we've got into the internet. We've wormed our way into the internet well enough to just to be searchable everywhere. Talk to us. Anything you want. If you want to come on the show, if you want us to talk about something in particular, and you want to join us in that conversation, or you just want to talk about it, that's fine. Let us know. Anything at all. Just reach out. We're all ears.
Yeah, boy.
And also, if you want to bring Ronnie in, like we're about to do, send us a voice. Send us your voice cooing Ronnie. Here.
Send us your voice making any sort of noise that you want to bring Ronnie in, because he'll respond to any noise that we make. So whatever noise, sound, word you want to say, just send it in to us. We'll put it in the show. We'll all get Ronnie down from wherever he is.
Yeah, awesome.
I can see him in the distance now. He's running towards us. So
it's a bit like that Monty Python sketch where they're running and they look away, and they're running and he's in the same place. And all of a sudden he's here.
Send for me, Download!
Thank you, Ronnie. Part 2 of Download 2022. Now, there was so much we didn't talk about. So many of the bands as well. Is there anywhere that you want to start?
Can I start on okay, I'll start with a sort of funny gripe that Vicky had, and later in the show I have a gripe with Download, and it's the angriest I've genuinely ever been at Download Festival. And I mean, I was ready to punch someone, and that says a lot for me.
If you want to know what you have to wait.
Just wait a little while, because trust me, oh man, I'm going to go off. I can't do it now because I'm in too much of a good mood. I'll do it towards the end. I'm going to start going off.
Oh, you got me interested now. Oh.
Yeah, honestly.
Feel it.
Baby. Adam actually doesn't know what this is, so this will be interesting for him as well. But one of the main gripes from Vicky is, basically Vicky can't drink fizzy drinks.
Right.
She doesn't like anything fizzy. She can't burp properly. So when she eats it, she doesn't eat it, Simon. When she drinks it, she just gets, like gas inside and can't get it out. I don't know where it goes. Yeah. She must fart it out. I don't know. Who knows? But she did bring up a good point. At the bar, if you don't want to get spirits, which are expensive, there's no flat drinks. Yeah. Alcoholic flat drinks. You can get water. But if you want to get pissed, there's cider, there's beer. When you get the, stuff with it, you have to have Coke or lemonade or something like that. There's literally no flat drinks at the bars in the arena. And this was one of her, major gripes, because I kept on having to buy her a cider, and then she kept on having to stir it with something for ages until it would go flat. So I'm just wondering if there's any other, flat drink people out there that don't like fizzy drinks that feel the same way.
Yeah.
Because Vicky would love to be part of like it's kind of like the flat
earthers.
earthers.
I was
It's
thinking that.
it's the flat drinkers.
Flat drinkers.
flat drinkers. They want all the world to be flat in drink form.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was just a gripe that she had that she wanted me to say on the show. So
Yeah, well, you may be curious. Like, what would she normally drink if you can't get like the rough cider that she brought?
So she would drink, like the proper fucking old rosy cider that's like completely flat, or she'll drink, she'll have mix, vodka or gin or whatever, but she'd have it with apple juice or orange juice, or it would all be flat. The stuff that she's drinking, you can get flat drinks or like flavored water that you can put with it. That's flat, not carbonated. But she was just saying it's a ball ache if you don't like fizzy stuff.
Yeah.
Because
you got to stir it.
Literally stir a drink for 20 minutes before she can drink it. So I was just wondering if there's anyone out there who had the same issue, or actually thinks that maybe they should have. I mean, at least one something flat. I don't mind. I'll drink anything, but
yeah,
I can understand why it would be annoying.
They could have more of a selection, definitely. The bar that I was going to, because I wanted Hobgoblin, they only had 3 drinks. One was definitely a lager, I think. I can't remember. Is Hobgoblin fizzy? I don't think it is. I'm not sure now, though. But I mean, she might not even like it.
No, I don't think it is.
But
no, she wouldn't like that.
Okay.
No, she wouldn't like
that. But Guinness, I guess, would be. Does she like Guinness?
Nope.
No. Okay. Did they have Guinness though? I don't think they did.
Oh, I don't think they did. No. I brought cans of Guinness, which were fantastic.
Yeah. So did Jacobs. Yeah.
Yeah, he had some as well. Yeah, that was. Oh, I love it. I love a Guinness, even out of a can. It's not half as good, obviously, not even near as good as from the tap, but it's still nice to taste a Guinness.
Yeah.
At a festival, I dig it.
Awesome. But yeah, that's interesting and very valid, I think. Definitely. If you also cannot drink fizzy drinks, then let us know, and you will work out what the initiation process is
for the Flat Drink Society.
So other things we missed from last episode, we didn't talk about. Oh, no, that's right. It's gone. We didn't talk. I'll tell you when I get to it.
Okay.
We didn't talk about the body takeover at all, did we? No. So I think the only band I saw from the body takeover was Fury, who were really good.
Yeah.
I cannot believe I didn't know this existed until this year.
Yeah, that's so strange. Like I would have thought that you would have known about this.
Yeah.
I'd heard about it for a long time, and I didn't know what it was. I think I found out from someone's YouTube video,
right,
what it was, and then I was like, "Oh, okay, that makes sense now. I know what it is."
It was a weird atmosphere, if I'm honest.
Where was this, at the Doghouse?
It was a Doghouse, yeah. Maybe it'd be better inside the tent, obviously, because we'd only just got there. We'd only just found out that the Doghouse was outside at this point, because it was on a Wednesday. But I mean, it's a cool thing to do. I do think. Actually, going on what I just said a minute ago, and I'm not sure if we said it in the last episode or not, or if we spoke about it generally, but I felt like I missed out on a lot of campsite stuff. There's a lot of times where I just sit in the campsite drinking with everybody talking, and I don't think I did that very much this year, and I feel like I missed out quite a bit on that because I was trying to do everything. There was so much to do, and obviously because of the podcast, I was trying to find out information or experience everything I could. I didn't just sit and chill out.
The camp was a wasteland anyway. There was no one there. So you were better off doing loads. I feel like that as well this year. I don't miss it, but I feel like I didn't really no one really spent that much time at camp this year. We sat there in the mornings, but by the afternoon, everyone was gone. Yeah. Off doing their own stuff or off the thing. And that's kind of good because Download probably don't want you to sit at your camp the whole time. They want you to be in and experience the stuff, which is good because
there have been years where I have sat in the camp the whole time pretty much and I enjoy it.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice to do that. It's nice to do that, but it's also nice to get out and have a walk around or do whatever. Yeah. So I kind of feel like that as well, but I feel like you shouldn't feel bad for missing it because I don't think the camps were as crazy or as happening as they normally are. They certainly weren't. So maybe in like Black Camp that was surrounded by loads of camps, it looked a bit more like normal. But I mean, Blue Camp was so empty. You walked in there in the night, and we spoke about this last time. Normally, it would be raging, everyone going mental, and I could hear the crickets when I got back at one in the morning. So yeah, very different vibe it was this year in the camps. Not a bad vibe by any means, just a lot more chilled out than normal.
Yeah. Okay.
It felt more like I was at 2,000 Trees than Download, so it was very weird.
Yeah. What about did you see any of the comedians?
No.
So yeah, obviously the opposite end split off by a load of containers, which was weird. The other side of that was the side splitter tent, which was comedians most of the weekend. There's one comedian that I really like now that I didn't realize was there. I've seen a picture of him on that stage now. Do you remember back in the news bit I said about... Oh, what did I say about? And I was going to say, that can lead in. Oh, I don't know. Fuck, it's gone. But it was a perfect segue, but it just wasn't the right timing. Anyway, have you seen the guy from the Greeters Guild? He wears a smoking jacket and he stands outside shops and he's a bit posh and he says he's greeting people into the shop.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
He's very good. He's very funny.
Yeah, that sounds good.
And he was there. I've seen loads of videos of him since coming back. I think I saw maybe one or two before going to Download. I don't remember seeing a list of who was actually there at any point, unless it was on the app. Well, I barely looked at the app while I was there.
Probably would have been, but not necessarily something you would have looked at.
Yeah, but I'm glad I missed him now.
There,
I don't know. You'll have to let us know if there were any other decent comedians worthy of checking out now as well. It's interesting that...
To be fair... Go on, sorry.
I was going to say, it's interesting that... Well, it's not interesting. It's how the internet works these days. That you've never heard of it. Whereas, I've seen loads. Probably, once you watch one video, the algorithm goes, oh, you like that? That kept you on the app for a bit longer than usual. We're going to show you another one, and show you another one, and show you another one.
Yeah.
So it's difficult to know who is actually popular and who is being funneled into your vision, into your view.
Yeah, that is weird.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Algorithms are weird though.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you said, you're spending a lot of time here. Have this, because we want you to stay here longer and see all of our ads. Money.
Yeah. Well, it was a little while ago. I put up a couple of posts about throwbacks to the 2002 to 2003 era, because I was seeing loads of stuff about it. And then once I put those posts up, I saw nothing. And I was like, well, I said in one of them, as everyone's going crazy for this kind of stuff, here's a couple of me from sort of 2002. But maybe everybody wasn't going crazy about that kind of thing. Maybe it was just me.
Your algorithm was going crazy. Oh, shit.
But that's another reason, another way how you don't know who's popular. You don't know who is, band-wise. You don't know who the bigger bands are. I suppose you could be talking to people, but yeah, it's so hard to know who's big, who isn't, who is just pretending to be big.
It's weird to judge, isn't it? Because, sometimes I discover a band and I go, I never heard of this band. I look on and I'm like, oh, they've got 1 million monthly listeners.
Yeah.
I've never heard of them before. So it is weird because, it does kind of take you by surprise, doesn't it? But I guess maybe that was happening back in the day.
Maybe.
With CDs and shit. Maybe there were bands that were quite popular. But unless you knew them, you never knew how popular they were because they weren't in your... no one in your circle listened to them.
Yeah.
Kind of like Spotify. Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? It is hard to judge. I mean, I guess the way to know if bands are big, it's kind of like they do for these festivals. You kind of screen bands at other things, don't you? You can see that Bring Me the Horizon are big enough because they've played Ali Pali, they've played Hellfest, they've played da. So you can kind of judge to see if they are that popular to headline a festival. Yeah. But I guess there's probably... more markers that you kind of have to hit. And I guess sometimes you just have to take a gamble, don't you? And be like, are they big enough? I guess we'll put them on and see. And then you get the opposite, where You get bands that are definitely big enough, like Biffy Clyro, that will absolutely pack Reading out.
Yeah.
And you have them play Download and you have half a crowd.
Yeah.
Because Download people are so stubborn.
Well, yeah, that's something we're going to get into.
And they don't want to watch Biffy Clyro. So, yeah, we won't go there yet.
That's obviously something we'll get into a bit later.
What I was going to say quickly.
About that. What I was going to say also, it was a mortgage and children comment. One of the things, they come out of the shop and he says to them, rage into the night before you have children and mortgages to this group of kids or lads. And that
rage.
It was, he's so good. Sorry, yeah. So what were you going to say?
Well, I was going to say that every time I walked past the Side Splitter stage, it was empty.
Really?
Yeah, like it seemed dead. And I heard people say that putting it right next to the doghouse, which had loud music coming out of it, was annoying because apparently you couldn't hear the people on the stage as well.
I get that.
They had it too close. Yeah. So another sort of logistical thing that Download have got to learn from, I guess.
They definitely have to, I think move those two stages apart and have a reason for people to be walking around instead of everybody just funneling to that one end. Because like I said, I didn't see much going on up the other end of it. Like, maybe there was. Again, maybe that was just all I saw. But, have more things. Have the bigger attractions separated a bit more.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
100%.
Any more you got on that?
No.
Cool.
Continue.
So, let's leave that on. Tell us about the comedians, because I do like comedians. What else did we miss? There were a few secret sets. I don't want to go into the bands just yet. There were a few secret sets. Well, they say they weren't really secret, were they?
No, because they told you about them like before.
It was like Malevolence playing an acoustic set tonight. Oh no, it was a secret set. And then 2 hours later, they gave you a notification on the app saying, the secret band is Malevolence. Why? Why have you done this?
Why do this?
We stopped to watch Malevolence, and they might the acoustic set. They might have been good. We didn't enjoy it because we had just seen Iron Maiden and we were fucking buzzing, and came back to a slow, boring, droney acoustic set. And it's like, this is not what we want after.
It's a bit of a change of pace.
Although we were about to leave and then they started playing Stained outside. Oh, has it been a while? One of them. I'm on the outside.
Nice.
Yeah. And that we were like, okay, we're not leaving just yet then.
We'll stay for that.
We ended up staying for the whole thing.
Nice.
Are Stained still going?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Cool. I was just about to say, there's another band where, like, I've only heard the two songs of theirs, and I'd imagine there's a lot of other people, but they were in that explosion that we talked about.
Definitely.
So they've just carried on from it.
Yeah, I think was in it 2001 or 2002.
Yeah.
They beat out like everyone, like all the big bands on the Kerrang Awards to win Best Album.
Did they?
For that Break the Cycle, yeah. It's a fucking great album.
I listened to the album.
Really is. Yeah,
really we were talking about POD as well last night, and Alive and Youth of the Nation is the only two songs of theirs I've really heard. I never checked out any of the albums. They're probably still going and probably...
Oh, dude. That album, Satellite's sick.
All right. I need to get into them. So I need to check out new bands and old bands. Right. Get my work cut out for me. Okay. I'll do it.
I'll do it, mate.
Should we, I don't think there's anything other than what we've said about anything that we've really, no. Okay, that's wrong. There is loads of stuff we've missed, but there's nothing I can think about at the moment. If there's anything you want us to talk about specifically, then, we didn't talk about the wedding. Other than the wedding, is there anything...
Did we not talk about the wedding?
I think we talked about the wedding last episode.
We definitely did.
Okay. Oh, well, fine.
We did, because we mentioned both of them. Yeah, that was
okay.
Definitely, 100%.
If there's anything else you want us to talk about specifically about this year's download, then, like I said, let us know. I'll go over all the ways you can talk. You can reach out to us at the end of the show. But yeah, let's go on to bands then, shall we? And talk about the bands that we saw and the bands that we missed on the Saturday.
Sorry, I was just looking. Sleep Token have just put something interesting out. They've put an offering to be presented Friday at the hour of 1800 worship. Now, an offering normally means that they are gifting something to us, which possibly means new music.
Awesome.
So for all of us Sleep Token fans out there, yes, I'm very excited. It's awesome because they call their gigs rituals.
Yeah.
So they're like, we will be having a ritual in wherever. And whenever they take photos, they call them sacred moments in time. I just love Sleep Token and the whole aesthetic. I know I keep going on about them if you listen to this podcast. I bet everyone's just like, Simon, shut the fuck up about Sleep Token. No. I just love the whole thing. It's sick. But anyway, yeah. Possibly new Sleep Token this Friday.
Awesome.
Very exciting.
Well, let's talk about the bands we saw then, and the bands that we missed, as we say in the intro. So I think I said last episode, this was the day, the Saturday, this was the day that I got into the arena for the first band. Probably for the first time in, I think the last time I did it was 2005 for Trivium. So 18 years.
Wow. Amazing, dude.
18. So
how did it make you feel? Were you happy?
Yeah. No. It was really cool actually. it was weird. Like, cause, so you know, like we said before, I normally cook a load of bacon up in the mornings for the barbecue. I didn't have time to do that on the Saturday. I just didn't have time. And it was a rush. I don't like rushing. I don't like being rushed. That's why I miss a lot of bands, I think. It's like, I've got like 5 minutes to get ready.
Don't rush me.
Look, I got 5 minutes to get ready to get in for this band. No, I'm not doing it. I'll catch them next time. That's why I actually missed Funeral for a Friend. They were one of my bands I was looking forward to seeing the most. And I went back to the camp before watching them, and I didn't want to rush. I just sat there. I was like, I can't bother now. But yeah, we're getting to that. So yeah, I walked into the arena with Ben from Chisvids on the Saturday. That was cool. That was really cool, just spending time with him, just chatting.
I saw you guys. You guys were like, anyway, we're off, and we were all sitting around like, okay, bye. And you two just like, you two just really wanted to get out and see stuff, and then you two just went, okay, guys, we're going, and everyone just went, okay, bye. You went off. It was really early. It was really early. It was really early. So yeah, well done, dude.
But like I said, it was nice. I didn't. It's not that I didn't want him to come. I was expecting to go on my own, and then when he was like, "I'll come with you," I was like, "Oh, this is cool, awesome, thank you." I'm glad you're coming now. So thank you, Ben. I'm sure you're still listening. Thank you, Ben, for coming in with me on that Saturday. And we saw Animalia, which were awesome to see them. It was really, really cool.
As long as you enjoyed them, that's all that matters, dude. And you know, they're such a new band. It must have been cool to see them up there and doing it on that kind of stage.
Oh, another thing, actually, because we were looking at bands ages ago, back in some of the really early episodes, that like the lower bands and whether playing Download helped them in much any way, shape, or form. And the first time I looked at the first time we looked at Animalia, they had something like 200 monthly listeners on Spotify. Once they were, after a few weeks of them being added, they was up to, I think it was maybe 300-400. The last time I looked, about a week ago, they were 4,000 or 5,000. So that's amazing.
Wow. Fair play to them, man. Fucking awesome. That's great. When we love that when little bands play, and they get more listeners, man. And that's how you build bands up. You know? Next time they'll come back and they'll have 10,000 listeners, and then they can play a bigger stage, and then you know. That's great. It's awesome. I love it.
And while we were there, actually, as well, they said how they got there with the deal. They were given a contract with Marshall Records. And Ben pointed out the guy just in front of us had a Marshall Records T-shirt on. So I was like, oh, is he here to check them out? Like, oh, this is a new band on our label. I want to see how you do. And he'd positioned himself perfectly for like the equilateral triangle with the speakers. Because I always look for that, because being a sound guy in the past, that's pretty much where we were. And I thought, hey, it could well be him. He's a bit of an older guy.
He was in the sweet spot, just having a listen. Nice.
I did try and get the website up to see if I could see like who like the owner was, or CEO, or staff members, but it didn't have anything on there.
But yeah, no, it's very cool. Hopefully they do great things and go far from this. So I was gutted. I thought I was going to have to be missing the Raven Age to see Animalia, but they were like half hour late. So we got to their main stage after that. We thought we'd walk over to see if they were still playing, and the main stage was running about 40 minutes late. So we managed to see the Raven Age as well. And they were really good.
Nice. Yeah, right. Oh, yeah, they're good. I told you, I liked them a lot more. I liked their new stuff a lot more. When I listened to them back in like 2015, 16, I really didn't think much of them. But when I listened to their latest stuff, I thought, fucking hell, they sound excellent.
Awesome. Yeah, so that was cool. And then also, I don't think we saw any bands for a little while after that. But I did go up and meet Kev from, he was our guest on the RIP episode. But he's also got his own podcast now. I'm not sure if I've said on this show. Have I said on the show? Yeah, I think I might have done. But he's got... so after being on here, he decided he wanted to do something similar. So he's got his own podcast called Ready to Mosh, which is cool. And I think they followed us on Instagram. I was listening to him. I listened to about 4 episodes before he messaged us and said, "Oh, that is actually me." so I thought it was really cool. Yeah, I'm listening to you anyway. It's not just because you're a friend.
Well, yeah, definitely go and check that podcast out as well. Then, obviously, another friend of the podcast.
Me and Ben were just chatting to him for a little while, and then after that, that's when I went on my little walk around to get hundreds of pictures. So I didn't see anybody else for a little while after that. Who did you go and see on the Saturday morning?
The first band I saw on Saturday were Malevolence.
Can't even see them. Where are they? Oh, yeah, they're on the second stage. Cool. Oh, did you not see Cassie yet?
No, we didn't get there. We got there just in time for Malevolence.
Okay.
I was like, I would have gone in earlier, but it was the day then I decided to cook stuff on the barbecue. Yeah. So I was cooking shit, and then I was like, oh, fuck, we better go into the arena because I want to see some bands as early as possible. So we missed out on a few. Didn't get in half as early as I did on Friday, but still, yeah, because I wanted to watch Deaf Blooms, who are an incredible band, but there's no problem. I will catch them somewhere else. So yeah, Malevolence was the first one we went in for. My God, it was great. They were really channeling some 1992 Pantera vibes. It was really good. Like, I liked it. I hadn't had a chance to listen to their new album. I've listened to it since. It's incredible. But I mean, it's just like you've literally pulled it out of. It's like Crowbar, Pantera. There's sludge. There's fucking. You just want to get down on Crab for some of it. Then there's other bits that are like really sort of good progressive metal, and then they have a lot of like the old school sort of Pantera beatdowns. I loved it. I thought they were fantastic, and the crowd just lapped it up. Yeah. I know these guys are proper on the up, like in the metal world, but they were excellent. They really stepped up to the plate. I thought they sounded fantastic as well. So, yeah, I was great. I was really happy that I watched them.
Awesome.
Because they were on my list of bands to watch. But yeah, excellent. I cannot recommend Malevolence and their latest album enough. So yeah, if you really like, if you're a fan of Pantera in any way, I'm not comparing them to Pantera. I'm saying it's got the same vibe as Pantera.
Yeah, I'm going to have to check them out.
It's got that sludge metal, bop your head, fucking let's down a beer and get in the pit kind of vibe.
I'm sure.
It's really good.
I would have enjoyed them. Yeah. See, so I don't know who it was. I came across a band. I think it was for this. Maybe it was one of the bands on the Bawdy Takeover stage. And they were chugging. The guitar was chugging. And I was like, I've not heard a new band chugging on their guitar for ages. I forgot it was a thing. And I was like, this is good. Yeah. I missed this feeling. Like, so they got that kind of thing as well.
Good. Nice.
Then I'm going to definitely check them out.
Yeah, so yes, check out Malevolence because they're friggin' awesome. Who did you see after that, bro?
Do you know what? I don't think I saw anybody. Oh, I got back for Daughtry. I didn't go for that much of a walk then. Hang on, let's have a look. I didn't go to Dogtooth stage. I think it was either I think I went to see Holding Absence, a little bit of Holding Absence. That might have been after Daughtry. Might have been before. I can't remember. I sort of stood out
of the sort of to the side at the back for holding absence. I got there a bit late. I didn't try and get into the tent, but that was cool. Yeah, no, it was really good. But Daughtry, I was disappointed with Daughtry. I got super close to the front. Yeah, it was my own fault, really. Well, a bit of both. At the time, I thought it was my own fault because they played like 7 songs and only one of them I knew. So it wasn't as good as it could have been. But I've learnt since that 5 of those 7 were from the newest album. 1 was a cover and 1 was the one I knew. So
okay.
They didn't really do a greatest hits set either, which they could have done better. But also my fault because I haven't really checked out their newer stuff.
Well, yeah, but a lot of bands do that, don't they? They tend to play. I'm personally, I think when you play a festival, you should play some new stuff. I don't think you should play all new stuff. Yeah. I think you should do some new tracks that you think will catch people, going, oh, that's really good.
Yeah.
And then play stuff that either people know well or just do a best of set. But that's just me. At a festival, at your own show, do whatever the fuck you want. But at a festival. But hey, some bands don't see it. Some bands just see it as this is as many people as we're going to get at one time listening to our new material.
Yeah.
So I can understand why bands come from that perspective because they think, well, all these people standing here now are going to hear our new songs. So if a third of these people like that, a third of these people will go and check out the new stuff. So it does make sense from other point of views. But from a pan? Jesus Christ. From a fan perspective, personally, and you feel the same, I know you do. Yeah. Best of's the way to go. But hey, they tried something. So.
Yeah.
At least you knew one of the songs. I bet you had a good time during that.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
Yeah, from your photos, you look like you got super close.
I was really close, yeah.
Yeah, really close. You look good, man.
Yeah. I was proud of that picture. Very proud.
It's a good atmos down there. I like it. Very cool.
I've just noticed on the lineup, I know you would have gone to see Bush, but the only band between them was between Malevolence and Bush was Ice Nine Kills. Did you stick around at that stage for them?
No, I went to see Loathe.
Okay.
Yeah, I heard Ice Nine Kills were pretty good from people that I know that went to see them. Yeah, they just said they were cool, but I'm not into them, so I wouldn't have gone.
No,
I might have stayed around.
I remember.
I might have stayed around if no one was playing because I'm intrigued by them.
Yeah.
I don't dislike them in any way, but I just I haven't got there yet to get into them.
One of your videos bands you just can't get into, and that was one of them, wasn't it?
They're not that bad. They're not that bad because I probably could get into them.
Yeah.
They're not. They don't quite make that list. They're on the cusp.
Oh, well, they're not in that video. All right.
No, they went in there.
Okay, I thought they were in there. Anyway, yes. How were Loathe then?
Loathe were wow. Like, I feel like all the bands I saw on this Saturday were just wow. Like, Loathe were just the sound, man. Incredible. Absolutely brilliant. I noticed they were a guitarist down, which was weird. So normally they have 2 guitarists, but they only had 1. Didn't sound like they had 1 guitarist. So I don't know if they had anyone playing off stage, just playing the guitar. And
maybe
not actually going out on stage like a tech or something. I'm not sure, but it sounded fucking great, and the crowd were. I mean, Loathe are just one of those up and coming bands in that sort of list of bands that we always talk about. Just good, homegrown British metal, and it was excellent, really good, great vocals, really good sound. Whole crowd were into it. I went with my friend Harry, and Loathe are like one of his favourite bands in the entire world. So he was getting very emotional. It was great. It was really good. They were excellent. If you like Loathe, obviously you'll know how good they are. If you don't, if Deftones got ripped up and it got put in with some sort of disgusting gent metal, that's Loathe. It's very strange, but very good at the same time. But yeah, they were excellent. But yeah, that's all I got to say.
No, we're going to talk about shoegaze again.
Shoegaze. There is shoegaze in there, yeah, but we won't talk about it again.
I asked a guy in work who if he's heard of shoegaze, and his description of it was like, it's not heavy enough to sort of headbang. You just sort of stand there with your head down, looking at your shoes. That's why it's shoegaze, right? Is
nice. I like
it. Is that what you got from it?
Yeah, I guess.
Is that the reason for it being called shoegaze? Because you gaze at your shoes?
It must be. I don't know the reason why it's called shoegaze, but I just know that it's a type of music that's very good.
Cool.
But yeah, that's probably it.
Oh, I missed. So straight after Daughtry, sorry, I went to see Shinedown.
Okay, I'm a band behind you.
Okay, sorry.
So
yes,
if we go back one.
Bush.
Because I saw Bush, who again, were fantastic. Gavin Rossdale has been probably one of my idols since I was 15. Like, I've just loved Bush forever. And they were bloody brilliant again. They done a best of set. I got cut one song short.
Okay.
I think they went on a little too long, or they didn't come on in time, and someone whispered in his ear and he said, sorry, we're going to have to go to the last song because we've been cut one. So I don't know what that was going to be. But it was really good. Yeah, great. And we were at the front, and I got a really good shot on my vlog of Gavin Rossdale walking along the barrier because we were quite close. So I was very excited about that. But again, they were excellent. It's weird how the band's kind of evolved, because we spoke about this when we were reviewing all the bands. They used to sound like Nirvana. Now they sound like 3 Days Grace. Right. Yeah. So some of the changes in their music is quite jarring when you see them live, because you're like, okay, this is just a standard grunge song. Oh no, wait, now it's US pop rock.
Yeah.
So it's a bit jarring when you don't know, but they are excellent live. And I was very happy. I had a smile on my face the whole time. So yeah, very good. Bush were great.
Awesome. And that's a good reason why people shouldn't do what I do and go on their judgment of a band from 20 years ago. They released one song that you didn't like, so just assume you're never going to like them.
Mm.
Like I did. I did that for a band that I talked about last week, I'm sure. But yeah, no.
Who was it?
Remember. Or maybe Skillet. Someone. I was talking about that as well, just a name. But yeah. But yeah, I'm definitely learning to be a better person through this. So you should too. Okay. Yeah, no, I do intend to check out all these bands. Ever since you said about the new 3 Days Grace album, I thought, well, I'll check it out. Why not? I got time. It's just remembering that I think that when I'm going to put music on, I'm like, let's just put the same playlist on that I always put on, instead of trying to think of what I need to listen to.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. You get
but
that.
Shinedown.
You get that.
I was going to say in the news, I forgot. New album's out. It should be out by the time this is out. I know some people have been sent it early, or at least one person I've seen online, and he said it's absolutely amazing.
Really?
Yeah.
What, from like a pre-order or something?
I don't know whether he ordered it from Amazon and they just sent it out as soon as they got it, or somewhere else.
Yeah.
But
that's awesome.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the new album. The same with Iron Maiden. I've said before, I didn't really care too much for their last album. Was it Attention? There was no hype in that one for me. I've never listened to it in full. Kelly absolutely loved it. But again,
I thought it was really good.
There's a lot of hype about this new one for me.
Good. Hopefully it lives up to it. So next time I'm sure we'll get the review from Ad about what he thinks of the new Shinedown record.
But they were great, as they always are. He's great with his... I think we shook people's hands again. Yeah, he does the whole motivational speech, and he's like, look to your left, look to your right, shake hands with everybody who's near you, and wish them a good time. And it's not in my nature to do what people tell me to do like that. I generally don't. I'm like, fuck off, I don't fucking listen to you. But the way he does it, because you're being friendly to other people. I don't know what it is. It's like,
it's just creating a good vibe. I like that stuff. It's cool.
Yeah, as opposed to I remember going off a little bit. Architects, a long time ago now, there was two things they said. I can't remember what the other one was, but one was like, everybody on everybody's shoulders. And like, surely you can't get everybody on everybody's shoulders. There'd be one person at least on the floor. And there was another thing he said that it was just like, that doesn't work. Stop it.
I like it.
But Shinedown, of course, I don't need to say too much. They were amazing. Everybody knows they're amazing. I can't believe how big they've got.
Yeah, excellent band. Yeah, they have got really big. I noticed how big they'd got at 2018 when they played the main stage. I was like, holy shit, there's a lot of people here.
Yeah.
Like, wow. So they are a very, very popular band. I think it's because... especially their last album, and we just talked about it, but the singles done really, really well from that. Yeah. They got some serious radio play, so I think that really kicked them up. I know they were quite popular before, but that really, really kicked them up.
Radio play doesn't always mean a big following at Download, does it, Biffy Clyro?
What? Yeah, but Shinedown aren't needlessly hated upon by the download community. So
it's odd, yeah. Biffy Clyro are probably heavier than Shinedown at some points. Hell, you could take some Biffy Clyro songs and they'll be heavier than some Metallica songs. I don't understand.
Like some Biffy Clyro songs are heavier than a lot of bands that play download. Yeah. I'm not even sure that the heavy thing is the issue. No. I think it's probably because they started playing bigger stages at Reading and Leeds, and that probably affected people at download just saying like, you know, these guys shouldn't be here, even though they definitely should, because I'll repeat myself again, they've been playing download pretty much longer than any other festival, so they have every right to be there. Plus they put we'll get there. We'll get there. Let's not do it. Go on.
We'll talk about Biffy Clyro, but in little pieces, and it's like a puzzle. You've got to go through and skip to each section, write it down, skip to each section so you can hear the whole thing. For me, after that, I think I was there for Deftones, but I didn't really listen to them. I don't really like Deftones. Did I see anybody else? Hang on. No, I must have gone. No, that's when I went back to the tent. What did I need? I needed something. Oh, to take my inhaler. That's right. So I went back to the tent, take my inhaler, take my tablets. And while I was there, I thought I'd video call Kelly and speak to her and the kids. And we ended up talking for a little bit too long, and I didn't get back to see Funeral for a Friend in the end.
Let me just talk about Deftones quickly, then I'll talk about Funeral. I only caught 4 songs of Deftones. I'm a huge Deftones fan. They sounded fantastic from where I was, and they were playing some really great stuff. But yeah, so I caught 3 or 4 songs, and they sounded good. I can't give a better definition of that because I didn't stay for the whole show. But there was a lot of people up the front. It was quite busy. So Deftones are huge, but yeah, it was good. It sounded great. Funeral for a Friend, on the other hand.
That's surprising about Deftones, sorry. I've seen a lot of hate for them, and people saying how bad they were.
Really?
And the sound was really bad. The opposite of what you just said. Maybe it's where they were. Maybe because he's so whiny, isn't he? Well,
I see
the wind takes. Certain
I was
going
to say you get those people that are like, oh, Deftones, it's just him whining. I mean, if we're in the same room, I would punch you in the arm right now, but I won't. No, but you know, like I just you've got. How can I not be rude to Iron Maiden fans about this? The people standing there waiting for Iron Maiden to come on, that are Iron Maiden fans and don't get Deftones in the slightest, will not have fun listening to the Deftones waiting for Maiden to come on.
Okay.
So I'm not surprised a lot of people said that.
Yeah.
So it's understandable. But from a Deftones fan perspective, they sounded good. Like I said, I only heard 3 or 4 songs. But what I heard was very good. But I can understand why a lot of people waiting for Iron Maiden would not enjoy Deftones, which is fair enough.
Yeah. Okay.
There's no qualms with that.
Yeah.
What was I going to say? Yeah, you missed Funeral.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to say this. The singer of Funeral for a Friend can't sing a note live.
Okay.
Now, I'm not sure if he was sick or if he had strep throat or the guy genuinely can't sing. But I'm telling you right now, if the crowd were so loud singing these songs, he barely had to do anything.
Yeah.
But when he sang, boy, did it sound terrible.
Really?
Now, I don't know whether he's had health issues or I know literally nothing about this. All I can say is, from what I heard, if that's him on his best day, he cannot sing a note anymore.
Yeah.
And I don't know why. It was bad. Bad.
Yeah. I remember hearing you say something about having strep throat. I didn't know whether you'd heard that officially or it sounds like you just taking a guess at maybe why.
No, I just don't know. He couldn't sing anything.
Yeah.
So I don't know whether he was sick or I haven't seen any of their other shows. So I'll go back and listen to one from like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And see. I don't know health issues. I'm not dissing anyone here or saying anyone's shit, but I'm telling you right now, at Download 2022, the man couldn't sing a note.
Yeah. Didn't you see them?
It sounded awful.
Like about a year ago.
No, we were going to see them with Hold an Absence of Static Dress, and we couldn't go in the end because I got COVID.
Okay,
I was really annoyed about that because that would have been excellent.
Yeah.
But from what I've heard now, I mean, the other 2 bands I absolutely love, but that wouldn't have been great. but I've never heard anyone say anything bad about his vocals before.
No.
So
maybe it was
I don't know
on
if
the
he was
day.
like, shit, or you have to play download and I'm really fucking sick and I can't sing at all.
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't need to because everyone else was singing all this. And I'm talking loud enough that you could barely hear him.
Yeah.
And you could... Sorry, cat's going mental. And you could just hear the crowd. But
I can hear the
what
cats.
the fuck? That's coming out on the podcast. Yeah, but it was really bad, dude. Really bad. So, yeah, I don't know what that was. Could have just been a on the day thing, or I mean, seriously though, if that's his best vocals, the guy needs to stop singing.
Yeah.
It's bad. It's bad, dude. Really bad. I'm talking not a note right.
Really?
Yeah, it was really bad. Like really straining to sing everything.
Yes.
So
Yeah, anybody who has seen him other places recently should let us know and let us know if it's been that bad for a little while, or you think it's just a one-off.
yeah, because I've heard of singers being like, oh my god, I had to do this show and I fucking was like the worst ever, and like, that stuff happens in music because you can't cancel, or you don't want to cancel these sorts of shows, especially download festivals. So it's understandable. I've seen fucking great bands have a bad day before.
Yeah.
So it happens to everyone. But the rest of the band were on point. The music itself was great.
Yeah.
It was just him. So I'm just not sure what was happening. I don't want to take pokes at anyone if there's any sort of, health issues or any of that shit. So yeah. But if he is just really bad, then wow. That was bad. That was painful.
I mean, I'm sure.
But yeah.
He used to be good, right? The way you're
Definitely,
saying
I've seen them.
I was going to say the way
I've seen them live. Yeah, before.
The way you're saying it, it sounds like you've never seen them before until now, and it's like he's bad. He is bad, or he is bad now. Because I've seen him.
Yeah,
yeah, and I would have picked up on it if he was that bad. Yeah. Surely, not as good as you with that kind of thing, but I would have picked up on it. People would have picked up on it. And it would be a commonly known thing.
No, surely. there's I've seen them at Download. There's live videos of them I've watched before where, sounds good. So, I don't know. I don't know what happened.
Yeah. Moving on.
But, oh, well. We'll move on. Shall we...
Let's talk about Iron Maiden, baby.
I was about to say, shall we move on to the main event of Saturday night? The Headliner.
Yeah.
The band that everyone hates headlining Download.
Yeah.
For some reason.
They can come back.
I mean, they're definitely gonna, and I can't wait for everyone to go mad.
Yeah.
If they keep going, they're gonna have a crowd like Biffy Clyro.
Yeah. No, they're never gonna.
No, they won't because it's Maiden. But yeah, it's just young people hate them for some reason.
Yeah.
No, it's just because they're a target. They're a well-known band, established band with a recognisable name that's played Download quite a lot, the most times now.
Yeah.
So they're just easy to poke the stick at and say, "Get away!
Yeah,
you've played too many times." So,
but again, for us growing up on things like Scuzz and Kerrang, all their songs were on there all the time. Like "Can I Play a Madness," "Trooper," loads of their songs. So we got into them through, or a lot of people our age would have got into them through that. Whereas these days, like I would say, from about 2004, 2010, 2008, 2010, when Spotify came around, or when it was easier to get hold of whatever music you want, how often do people growing up in that era, how often did they have Iron Maiden sort of forced onto them, or not forced, but is the only choice like we had with the music video stations?
Yeah, I suppose you'd either have to be in the metal world or want to listen to Iron Maiden.
Yeah.
Because before, I mean, when we had TV, music videos, I mean, you'd just sit there and watch the music videos all day.
Yeah.
I'd go to, we'd go to parties where the only music at the party would be fucking Kerrang or Scuzz.
Yeah.
Like coming out of the TV. So you'd always be seeing new bands or older bands that would have music videos. But it doesn't really work like that anymore. I know YouTube's a big thing and people do get recommended a lot, and if someone likes something, they'll probably be someone watches a Metallica video in the playlist, probably at some point there's going to be an Iron Maiden video come up.
Yeah.
But it's slightly different because it's not forced on you. You can choose it.
Yeah.
Whereas we sort of had it where this is what you're going to watch.
Yeah.
This, then this, then this. So I get what you mean. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure why Iron Maiden all of a sudden in the last few years have just got a fuckload of hate for playing Download. I've no idea.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's baffling. I understand. We've talked about it before. It is time for the old guard to step down from most of the days.
Yeah.
You can keep one with a classic headliner. But I think we're all in pretty much agreement that new bands do need to start headlining and taking over Download. But it's fucking Iron Maiden. So,
yeah.
you know, they're legendary. They're a reason why this festival exists.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they should be repaid for that.
Definitely. But
yeah,
Iron Maiden, for me, I cried.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say, I spoke to you after. I saw you after Maiden. So Adam was standing. He was fucking pissed out of his nut. Standing after Iron Maiden. You had like a box of alcohol in your arm.
A box of wine.
And then I say afterwards, and I remember going up to you and I said, "What did you think?" And you were like, "Oh my God, dude. It was fucking amazing." You were like, "That's probably my favourite time I've ever seen Maiden." And I was like, "Wow."
Yeah.
Me too. I said me too. Yeah.
Yeah, I think starting with Senjutsu, I can't remember what the second one was, but it was from the newest album, and then into The Writing on the Wall. I didn't like that to start with. I was like, why are you starting with 3 from your new album? Well, until The Writing on the Wall came on, because I forgot about that song as well. The same as I said with In Search of Sun earlier. I forgot about that song existing. I haven't listened to it for months. It was my top played song last year, and it was released in, September? I listened to it 26 times, because in my Spotify thingy at the end of the year, it was like your top song was The Writing on the Wall 26 times. And then I just forgot it existed until they played it live, and I was like, oh yeah, no, I forgot this song is such a good song.
See, I knew they were playing those 3 songs to begin with.
Right.
So for me, I was just expecting it. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I thought it was good. I was like, okay, because I already knew it was coming, so I was like, okay, nice. I thought it was good. I liked them live. They sounded really good.
Yeah.
I must say, I think that's the best Bruce Dickinson has sounded for a long time.
Yeah.
He sounded really good. Really good.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he ever sounded bad, but, you know, we haven't got a Live After Death Bruce Dickinson, but he was excellent. Really, really good on the vocals. I was like, wow, okay. He's really, as soon as he came out and started singing, I was like, yes, this is definitely an awesome on day for Bruce Dickinson. Amazing.
Yeah, I agree. I can't tell you much of what I thought about the stage set because I had my eyes closed for most of it because I was just listening because it was so good and I was singing along to every word. Yeah. How was it? How did you find it?
Yeah, very good. I liked it a lot. I said on the vlog that I haven't seen Maiden. Well, I told you I walked away from 2016 because I hated it so much. So let's just say the last time I saw a full Iron Maiden show was probably 2007 at Download. Yeah. A full, complete Maiden show.
Yeah.
I'm not sure whether this happened over a long period of time, but they are like super theatrical now compared to what they were before. And I mean, like, every song has a theme. Every song has a stage thing that has to happen.
Yeah.
And Bruce Dickinson is in costume or in something or doing something for every single song. And they didn't used to do that for every single song. I love it. I know it's stupidly over the top. It's ridiculous. The stage was amazing. The lighting was fantastic. The lighting crew done a brilliant job. I was really blown away with the lighting. It looked amazing. Same for Kiss, actually.
Yeah.
And Biffy. I thought the lighting teams were brilliant this year. The stage was set up really well for it. But especially during Maiden, I was like, wow, that lighting rig is really, really cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think from a visual perspective, excellent. Literally so much fun to watch. Like, you don't know where. It was like watching Slipknot. You just don't know where to look because there's always something going on. Like, he's over there. Yeah. Oh, they're over there. Oh, Yannick's over there. Thing is, I was just like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
Like, I was so stimulated by everything that was going on, and they sounded fucking excellent, which just added to it.
Yeah.
So yeah, brilliant. Visual perspective, amazing. I loved literally every single second of it.
We'll have to tap up Andy Copping and say, look, can we have that secret recording of Iron Maiden you've got for the whole set, so we can actually see it again or see it for the first time.
That set that will never get released.
Yeah. You're talking about 2007. That was A Matter of Life and Death tour, wasn't it? And I was so impressed by that because they had the tank come out, and then Eddie came out of the tank after. It was like if the tank coming out wasn't cool enough, like Eddie coming out of the tank was amazing. And I haven't been as impressed with them since then. Obviously this year it's probably just as good or better by the sounds of it. But yeah,
that's excellent. Yeah, excellent. The prop phase, the Eddie that came onto the stage. It was amazing. It was really good. Really, I literally didn't want it to end.
Yeah, I didn't. Did it feel like it went really quickly?
Yeah, probably because we were enjoying ourselves so much.
I generally enjoy myself for Iron Maiden, but it does seem to drag sometimes. Whereas this time, I think because their first 3 songs were like 6-7 minutes long songs. The fourth one was, I've not looked it up. I'm pretty sure, was it Revelations? It bugged me that I couldn't work out what it was, and then I think it was in Revelations. And then Hallowed Be Thy Name. No, after Revelations was Blood Brothers.
Blood Brothers.
Which is a long song as well. By the time they'd done 5 songs, it'd probably been about 40 minutes.
Yeah.
And that, so they played a lot of longer songs, which I love. I love their longer songs. And it was at that point, Blood Brothers, actually. Jacob was saying to me, I forgot it was during Blood Brothers. But yeah, it was, I think, we hugged, we embraced, and that's when I was sort of crying a lot. Well, not a lot. Let's not say a lot, because I wasn't crying a lot, but like...
Oh, I love that song, dude.
Yeah.
That song's a great song, it really is. I was screaming it at the top of my lungs. Yeah. I was loving it.
I can't remember what came after that if I'm honest. But, I mean, they were all good. There was no bad songs. For me, there was no songs that were average. You know, I'm not that big a fan of Bring Your Daughter to the Slaughter. There's a few of theirs that I'm not too keen on, but all of them were absolutely incredible songs.
Yeah, they picked a really good set, I think. And, it was just excellent. It flowed so well. Like you said, it seemed like it was over in 2 minutes because it was so much fun.
Yeah.
It really was. And the whole crowd were just, everyone was loving it. It was great. Everyone legitimately looked like they were having a great time. But yeah, I can't say enough good things about Maiden this year. I hope we get some footage from it. Some sort of footage would be nice. Even just a couple of songs would be excellent. But yeah, I was just blown away. Brilliant.
I'm sure we will. And I don't know, you've probably seen it, but anybody listening who might not know, they are going to be showing the highlights on Sky Arts on the 9th and 10th of July as well.
Oh, there you go.
You'll be at 2000 Trees at that point. I'll be at a gig on the 9th, barbecue first in the day. And I'm going to a gig on the 9th. It's the Metal to the Masses final. There's a guy who I've known since school. He was an awesome band just after school. Didn't do a lot. And now he's in his new band. I said from day one, as soon as I knew he was in Metal to the Masses, he's going to win it. Or him and his band. Didn't know about any of the other bands, but just knowing him, I know what he's got in him. He's going to win it. So yeah, I'll go to the final to see them for the first time, and they should be at
awesome.
Bloodstock.
I can't wait to hear your report.
Yes, you. So I still haven't been to a proper gig yet. I don't think since lockdown ended.
Wow,
not a proper one. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to it. Definitely.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah. Cool. Well, shall we move on to the Sunday? I mean, a few other things happened on the Saturday, like we said, the Malevolence secret set, the Doghouse. We didn't talk about the interactive things that they had at Doghouse. Neither of us went to them. So if you went to any of those interactive things, I think it was a bingo or whatever, reach out to us and let us know what it was like. Because I haven't heard anybody talking about them either.
Neither have I. I'd like to know what they were like. That would be cool.
Awesome. Let's go on to the Sunday then. I don't think I got in as early on the Sunday.
Sorry.
That's fine.
I could hear Vicky talking. I was like, who's she talking to?
To the side like that, you looked a bit like Fred Durst.
Yeah!
I don't think I got in as early on the Sunday. Who did I see first? I'm not sure. Who did you see first on Sunday?
I saw Modern Era first on Sunday.
Okay, yeah, I see. Yeah. How were they?
Yeah, brilliant. They're one of my favourite sort of new, again, up-and-coming British bands. They were bloody brilliant. at first, like if you watch my vlog footage, they won everyone. Like, not that they were losing people, but at the beginning, because they're so fucking weird, and it sounds like fucking Nine Inch Nails and 30 Seconds to Mars jammed together, which is a fucking weird mix. At first, people were like, what is this weird industrial stuff? And then they started singing, and people were like, okay. And then a few songs in, everyone was like this. And then by the end, everyone was just
awesome.
going mental. It was amazing. It was brilliant. They really won everyone in the tent over, which I was really happy about. They sounded really good. They looked really cool. They looked like they were wearing like all black outfits, but really skin tight with like harnesses and stuff on.
Right.
So they looked like they were like just about to break into a bank, but they were just doing a gig before, but then they were going to do a heist straight after. Yeah. It was really cool. I really liked them. I love that sort of Nine Inch Nails kind of industrial sort of dirty metal sound, and mixed with nice clean vocals. It sounded great. They were brilliant, and hopefully they keep gathering steam and they can move up or come back and play another year for sure.
Awesome.
Really good. Really happy with them. Yeah. Excellent. Who did you see next, Brad?
I'm still trying to work it out. I think we got to the arena around about when Ailstorm were on, or just finishing, I think. Yeah, I didn't see many people on the Sunday at all. So we got there. I think Matt from our group was in there for Ailstorm, and he said he didn't understand the hype about them, understand what all the big deal was. But then I think, the only bands I saw, I went to the Dogtooth stage and saw Kill the Lights, Orbit Culture, and then Fire from the Gods.
Nice.
For all three of them, and it was so good. It's weird. I think that was the only time I went to the Dogtooth stage all weekend, and it's uphill. Why was it uphill?
Yeah, it was weird.
Understand.
It's never normally like that.
But yeah, they were all really good. Orbit Culture, really quite heavy. Heavier than most bands are at Download now, which is, again, an odd thing to say. Whereas, like, years ago, there would be loads of really heavy bands. But I keep saying that.
I can hear the Bloodstock fans going mental right now.
Yeah,
that's because they're playing Bloodstock, man. Because Download's mainstream bands.
Yeah.
They. I mean, I don't know why they talk like that, but
no. I know what you mean, though. Yeah, like some Bloodstockians. Just too much.
I love Bloodstock and Bloodstockians. They're just like the Downloaders. They're just stubborn bastards.
Yeah, well, most of them are probably fine, but there's going to be some gatekeepers in there.
The gatekeepers,
elitist gatekeepers,
not the general fans. Yeah,
who are probably going to ask you to name 3 songs from any top you're wearing. Oh, fuck it. But yeah, they were all really good. I'd never heard of any of them before until I made the playlists for Download, and I really liked all of them. Fire from the Gods, it was odd. So the singer, he did lots and lots of different styles of singing throughout the song. Actually, I had an idea. But yeah, I think when we were going through it, he's a singer from another band that I liked a couple of songs from, and I could hear that in him when he was singing. But he also did. So I think the song I liked of theirs was only singing, but he also did some screaming. He did some Jamaican, a bit like Benji. He did some rapping. I think he did about 5 different styles of singing. I don't know what the other one was, and it was like, this is weird. I don't understand. Yeah. I think they're from.
Well, Alex from our group went to see them as well, and he said they were excellent. Yeah. Fire from the Gods.
They were good. But that gave me the idea of, I think you're going to like this. This is one of my, I haven't had an idea like this for a long time. You usually like my ideas. I actually had to get Jacob's use Jacob's phone to send a message to myself because my phone was dead. But yeah, there were some songs where he was obviously like singing like the choruses and screaming the verses, like a lot of songs, a lot of bands do. But because he was changing up so much, I thought, I wonder how that would have sounded if he did it the other way around, if he was singing the verses and screaming the choruses. And then I thought, well, it's not too expensive to record stuff these days. I wonder if you could do that, release an album twice, but with the lyrics or the vocals in 2 different styles, switched them out, and you say, well, you the listeners, you tell us which one's better. Yeah, I know.
That's very strange. I don't know why. When you said that, I imagined like flipping all the Killswitch Engage songs.
Yeah.
So all the singy choruses are screaming, and all the screaming is like singy.
Could do that.
That would be really weird.
That's an amazing idea for a YouTube channel if you can do the good impressions good enough.
Oh wow!
Or
yeah.
Well, I mean, Killswitch can probably afford to go into the studio just to re-record all of those anyway, and you'll get lots of extra money from selling the CDs a second time to people who already own them.
Don't do this, man. People are going to steal your shit, man. You're going to get any money.
Only ideas, man. I always come up with ideas, but I can't follow through, or don't know how to follow through, or don't have the talent to follow through. I just give the idea to somebody else, and they go, "Yeah, that's a good idea. I can do that.
I can steal that." Bastards.
But yeah, you could do that. I don't know. Let us know if you know of anybody who's done that. That would be very interesting. But I do think that could be an interesting or a good hook to get people to listen to you. Go, I'm going to try and work out which one is better as well. You got to be
You're
unique.
Good. You're good.
Thank you. Can I manage your band and force you to do
what band?
Well, a band. The next
band that I would be in. No. Yeah. Yeah, you can.
And I will get you big or die trying.
Yeah, that sounds good. I'll sign the contract.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So all 3 of those were really good. I can't remember what Kill the Lights were like at the moment, but I liked all of them from listening to the playlists, and that was so interesting for me this year that I listened to bands that I didn't know previously, and now I think Jacobs also, because he came with me. It was awesome that he came with me. I was expecting to just be stood up there on my own. I think he really likes Fire from the Gods and Orbit Culture now, since listening to them live with me. And
nice.
It's good.
Yeah, it's great. It really does feel great when you can just go to a festival and just stand there and watch someone and just be like, yeah, these guys are awesome. Never heard them before.
Yeah.
I'm going to go check them out. Which is what festivals is all about, really. You know, it's all about going to see the bands that you like, but it's also about giving bands a chance that you normally wouldn't give a chance to, which is, you know, I've discovered some fucking bands that I truly love that I've discovered at, you know, going to watch bands at Download Festival. So, yeah amazing. It is great.
Did anybody else you saw?
Yeah, I saw Skillet.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Did you go with them?
Yeah, I went with my brother and Alex, who are both huge Skillet fans. It was brilliant. They were fantastic. Yeah, excellent. They were great with the crowd. Singer is an absolute nutcase. I've never seen them before. They were really great. The female drummer / singer was incredible. Yeah, they were excellent. And they only quoted one Bible verse the whole time. So, you know, nothing to worry about.
Is that a normal thing for them to do then?
Well, they're a Christian band, so they don't preach anything, but he did quote a verse from the Bible and I went, but then they started singing again and I was like, okay,
cool.
Good.
Yeah, good.
So it was fine. But yeah, they were excellent. Really good. If you like Skillet, try and get some videos on YouTube because they were bloody brilliant. Yeah. Really, really good.
Cool.
Okay, and then the last people I saw was the sub-headliner and headliner.
Yeah. What do you think of Korn?
The best Korn show I've seen.
Was it?
Was wow. I mean, Korn, like every time I see Korn, it's the best Korn show I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Like I've probably seen Korn over 10 times now, and every time I see them, I'm literally like, that's the best Korn show I've seen. Then the next time, that's the best Korn show I've seen. This was the best Korn show I've seen. Holy shit. How they have not headlined this festival is an absolute crime. Because boy, was it packed for Korn.
Yeah, it was.
Holy hell.
Would you, before talking about Biffy Clyro, would you have put them above Biffy Clyro, like a lot of people have been saying?
No, I wouldn't. Okay. I wouldn't, because Biffy Clyro are a more popular band than Korn are now. Yeah. There's no questioning that. At Download, they're not. Anywhere else, way bigger than Korn. Yeah. At Download, no. At Download, you should flip them round.
Okay, yeah.
But just from size, you should have Biffy playing headliner because they are a massive band. But looking about this in hindsight, I mean, Biffy probably wouldn't open for Korn, so you would just not have Biffy there at all.
Yeah.
But I think it's great that Biffy played, but we'll get into that in a second. But yeah, like, ignore the Biffy thing. Korn should headline this festival at some point. I don't think that's a question. I think they should. It's as simple as that.
I agree. But, there's a big but.
But
Korn have never really done it for me live. I don't know why. I know I'm going to be angering a lot of people here. There's no denying it how big they are. I love Korn, but I've never really enjoyed them live that much. Maybe
that's pretty shocking, actually. Holy hell! Like,
maybe it's something to do with like how
okay.
heavy they are, how deep the music is, like because they get down tuned to like a ridiculous amount, don't they? Like drop A or something.
Something fucking stupid. The strings are just about on the guitars.
And so, like, I find it so much better when it's, like, directly in my ears. When you're hearing it, it's not quite as heavy or something. I don't know. But, yeah.
That's odd. Yeah, that's odd. That's a very odd
I agree
thing.
that it's odd. I don't know why I have always been like that. But, yeah. I think
maybe when they headline, you might enjoy it.
Yeah, all the mashups they do and everything as well. And I don't know. But yeah, no, I'm not going to take anything away from them. They are an amazing band. They were amazing live, according to everybody else. So it is me. It's not you. It's me. Okay, listeners, it's me.
No, to be fair, when you say about the medley thing, I think the little medley thing they do in the middle is great because they did My Time, which they never fucking play. Yeah. They did a bit of that, and me and my brother started freaking out. And then they did One by Metallica in the middle. And we were like, holy shit, they're playing One by Metallica. It was great. It was like, just everything. The new stuff sounded brilliant. The old stuff sounded brilliant. Everything in between. What a fucking band live.
Yeah.
That, I would just really love them to headline a day in like a, not next year, obviously. Well, I wouldn't mind, but, or the year after, whatever. Just fucking stick Korn on their top of a day. Yeah. Put fucking Limp Bizkit under them.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you right now, you'll fucking sell tickets like mad. That's all you need to do. Just put Korn as a headliner, put Limp Bizkit as a sub-headliner, and the fucking day will sell out. It's a no-brainer. I can't fathom in my mind why that hasn't been done. Obviously, logistics and timings and, shit. But if you could... Yeah. It's a no-brainer, really. So they definitely should headline with a really good sub-headliner. I don't think it would be a
20th
problem.
20th year, and Limp Bizkit had to put out of the first one. So
there you
back
go.
For 20th year.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Limp Bizkit. Yeah. But yeah, anyway, the takeaway from that is Korn are excellent. And yes.
And so after Korn, we turned around, went back to the car, got out of the car park in probably less than a minute of getting in, or started driving, which was very nice. We're home by about midnight. And that is the end of the discussion of 2022. If you want to hear about Biffy, you've got to piece the bits together that we've said during the... No. So, yeah, that was what happened with the rest of my Sunday night. You obviously stayed for Biffy. Go on.
At first I was really worried because I was sitting there and I was like, there's no one here. Holy shit. Like, it emptied after Korn, and I'm talking so much so that I could see the rubbish at the front of the main stage. Like, that's how much it cleared out after Korn. But that's because the awkward people that don't want to see Biffy left, and everyone else was at Steel Panther because they're literally one of the most popular bands. As soon as Steel Panther finished, it filled out again. Obviously, not to a point that. They didn't have half the crowd that Korn had, and they didn't even have, they didn't have half the crowd that Maiden or Kiss had. But we knew that was going to happen anyway because Biffy are, for some fucking weird reason, I don't know why, they're heavy as fuck live. It's stupid. I don't know. But from a Biffy Clyro fan perspective, again, brilliant, fantastic. I wish people would stop being stubborn and just stand around and watch them, because they're a fucking great band with great songs, great energy live. They sound heavy as shit. They're fantastic. The stage show was brilliant, and everyone that was there would say the same. Absolutely fantastic, and I thought a really good way to finish off. From a band perspective, one of my favourite downloads.
Yeah.
I enjoyed 99% of everyone I saw to a very good level. I thought that the quality of live music this year was higher than previous years, and that's probably just because people have been so excited to play, because they haven't played festivals in so long, proper festivals. But the bar was set really fucking high performance-wise this year. Next year's going to have to do something pretty special to sort of, be up there with some of these performances that I saw from my perspective anyway, especially headliner-wise. But yeah, really good. I thought it was great. It's top of the festival. And yeah, I went back to my tent, and me and Vicky were super happy. I mean, I was sunburnt to shit, and I had no voice left. but I honestly had thought, when we were walking off from Biffy, what a fantastic download. I genuinely thought that. I was not sad. I was literally so happy. I had a huge smile on my face.
Awesome.
It was excellent. And then I found a pair of really expensive sunglasses and gave them to Vicky.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Did you tell her you found them?
Top it off.
Or
yeah, I picked them for, and I went, "Oh, they're sick." And she looked at them, and it was some make, I don't know. They're women's sunglasses. She's like, "Oh, they're like super expensive," and now she wears them because they're
nice.
Awesome. So
awesome.
An extra little find.
So yeah, Biffy. In my perspective, I've seen a lot of people going into bat for Biffy. A lot of people who stayed and said they were amazing. There were a lot of people, obviously, who left. I think I've just got used to leaving on a Sunday night. Like I said even earlier on this episode, and that wasn't just to back myself up for this, but I've just realised I left on a Sunday night before seeing Dream Theater, who I've liked for a long time. So it wasn't just because it was Biffy. It was, I have left for bands that I do like. But it's obviously not Biffy Clyro's fault. It's not the fans' fault. Each person is going to be their individual person. They're going to either stay or leave. The only person who has to deal with this really is Andy Copping and the team, and they'll have to work out whether they sold less because of it, which they probably didn't. So it was probably a good choice to have anyway.
Yeah, I can guarantee you now, Biffy Clyro will headline Download again.
Yeah,
there's no doubt. Yeah, definitely. But it will, when the new phase of Download starts, it will seem less jarring.
Yeah, I like that. That's a good point.
Because you won't have Kiss, Maiden, Biffy Clyro. Yeah. You'll have Bring Me the Horizon, Ghost, Biffy Clyro, and that seems like it fits in a lot more.
Yeah,
we're in that Download transitional period at the moment where all the gatekeepers are up in arms because they don't want Download to change. But if it doesn't change, it will die. Yeah. And then when it dies, they're going to be the first people to moan about it, when in fact, they were the people that killed it. So these sorts of things, they've learned a lot from Monsters of Rock and all that sort of shit. People, this festival has to evolve, and it has to, otherwise it will just die. So, the cycle has to start happening now. And if these people don't want to stick around and watch Biffy Clyro, it's fair enough. They pay for their ticket, they can do what they want. But don't fucking sit there and moan about it.
Exactly.
If you're not going to watch it, don't watch it.
That's exactly what I would do. Like I said, I'm not a fan. I'm not going to say, well, I could have had an amazing headliner instead of Biffy, because it's not about me. Fuck off.
Do you know what's weird? Tool were a weirder headliner than Biffy Clyro.
Yeah.
I genuinely had people say to me, I have no idea who Tool are.
Really?
People did, and their crowd was small. That was another small Download gig. It wasn't packed for Tool.
I didn't know
it really wasn't. I got the feeling that a lot of people, I don't want to say young people, but a lot of people had no fucking idea who Tool were.
Yeah.
People were literally like, Tool, never heard of them. Because they had nothing on Spotify or anything for ages.
Yeah.
So people just didn't know who the fuck they were.
Yeah, that's a good point.
If people don't like Biffy Clyro, but they still know who Biffy Clyro are, because they're a huge band.
Yeah. Yeah.
So from my eyes, it was actually weirder to have Tool headline this festival than Biffy Clyro.
Yeah.
But that's just from my perspective. I like Tool, don't get me wrong, but I just think a lot of people were like, what? Who's Tool?
Yeah, I think a lot of the people I was with absolutely loved Tool that year. So I just assumed it was a normal thing. Everybody absolutely loved them. But yeah, like we said earlier, it's the circles you're in and who likes what. You know, I expect most people don't know or don't even know that Saliva is still going. They had the one song, Click, Click, Boom. But I've followed them all the way through. And so most of my friends know them still, know they're still around, know I absolutely love them. But yeah. And they, if they were on this bill, going on listeners alone, monthly listeners, there's only about 4 people on this lineup that have more Spotify listeners than Saliva, we said before. And it's like, people don't know they exist over here. So, it's all to do with, you and your circle. And you should talk more. Join us on Discord, and we can talk more and have a bigger circle.
Yeah, we want to talk about these things.
Yeah. Because I'd love to learn more.
Well, I mean, Bush is a prime example of that, isn't it?
Yeah,
Bush, look,
definitely.
nearly 3 million monthly listeners.
Yeah.
Which is more than 99% of the bands that play Download.
Yeah.
Where are they? Sort of shoved in the middle of the second stage.
Yeah.
Because over here, not many people know who they are. So this is a Saliva situation again.
Yeah.
So it is strange. Everything's relative to countries and that. But yeah, that is weird. But sorry, I just thought the Tool thing was weird, so I had to mention it because it actually mirrors quite well with the Biffy Clyro thing. I thought, people moaning about Biffy Clyro, but then there's those people who don't know who the fuck Tool are. I don't know, it's just weird.
But again,
I'm just so interested to see who they pick for next year.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is going to happen? Like, I have no idea. But yeah.
But I think Biffy Clyro are a better choice than the Prodigy when they had them headline. That not even slightly rock music, is it? It's mostly like drum and bass or something.
Yeah, I think
like
it's
that.
just because they're so embedded in the alternative scene.
Yeah.
I can see why they done it.
Yeah.
Definitely. But I get what you mean. Yeah,
So, yeah,
it's weird, isn't it, how-
I know so many people who are into both drum and bass and metal. I've never enjoyed drum and bass, so I don't understand. Well, no, I do understand, but it's like I said, Biffy Clyro are a better pick for me than the Prodigy. Did Pendulum headline as well?
They're a rock band.
Yeah.
No, Pendulum didn't headline. They played. They didn't headline.
Okay.
But I was gonna ask you. So overall, where in your sort of downloads does this rank?
Don't ask me that.
From like you know, put everything together, fun and line up and everything. Like, where does it? Is it near the top, middle, or bottom?
I've said
Don't
this
give me
before.
like a specific place.
I've said this before. I'll say it again. It's already blurred in with the rest of them now. No, it's this is one of the best ones because things like I said earlier, I went and saw quite a few bands that I'd never heard of before. There were so many years where I was into the specific bands I was into for years and years and years. Nothing changed. So I'd go and see them if they played, but nobody else. And so it was nice to be with you, nice to be with Ben. Like I said, just walking around with Ben, meeting new people. Iron Maiden probably did it for me as well. Like, I've seen them about 10 times now, and that was the best I've seen them. So yeah, probably up there, one of the top ones.
Yeah,
now,
definitely.
I would say.
I agree. It's up there for me. I think because of the big break we had. I know I went to the pilot, but it wasn't really the same. It was just so good. The weather was excellent. The bands were brilliant. Great company. Overall, I'm sorry if you didn't go to Download. You listen to this and you're like, damn, I wish I went. I'm sorry, but it was magnificent. This year was magnificent.
Yeah.
Not as busy as other downloads, not as big, but definitely on the level with other downloads without a doubt. So it's made me look forward so much more to next year. I'm not even sure I'm going to be able to wait because I'm already busting to get there, and it's so long away.
Me too. Like I said, I've got all these ideas for like the YouTube video next year. I don't want to wait another 50 weeks, 49 weeks, whatever it is now. We got Christmas and Halloween to go. So we got a whole winter. It's going to be a long winter this year.
It's cool, man. It's cool.
Yeah.
I like winter. It's fine.
Yeah.
We'll get there. But
I got a van now.
I think
I'm not on a bike in the winter anymore.
Good. Freezing your arse off.
I
think we We had such fun, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. Can I also ask you? I'll go through it as well. Again, because we say it in the beginning bit, and I'm now interested. Are there any bands that you didn't manage to see that you wish you'd seen this year?
I didn't see Deaf Blooms, like I said.
Yeah.
I didn't see Static Dress, and I didn't see Holding Absence. Those were 3 bands that I would normally definitely watch. But due to time, other bands and stuff, I didn't get to see them.
Yeah.
Oh, and Higher Power, but I already knew that their singer had not shown up because he was sick. So.
Oh, okay. Oh,
no,
so
they played like 2 or 3 songs,
right?
With the singer from Static Dress, and that was it.
Okay.
Oh, everyone knows Higher Power, like one of my favourite new bands, but the singer didn't show up. So yeah, Jimmy.
Oh, that's rubbish. Yeah, I didn't even know that. I'd not heard that. I'd not read that.
Well, they're playing 2000 Trees in a week, so
yeah,
sweet.
Cool. Yeah, Holding Absence as well.
Yeah. So the 2 bands, 2 of the bands I didn't get to see are playing 2000 Trees, so buzzing.
Awesome. For me, I think I would have enjoyed seeing Cassiette. I think Cassiette is going to get really big. I don't know why. Just looking, we said before, just looking at her at her Instagram, she is playing the game and playing the game well.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, and I think she's just going to keep going, skyrocket. There's so many bands who probably start doing that and they just burn out and stop posting as much. But yeah, she's doing so much. I think she's
playing Trees as well.
Is she? Awesome. Yeah, I think she's going to snowball. There's going to be a snowball effect and just get bigger and bigger.
Snowball.
Who else? Funeral for a Friend, like we've already talked about. There was definitely a couple more. Where are we? Spirit Box as well. And Mariana's Trench, who were just below them. I thought they were quite good on the playlist, but Spirit Box. So many people have been saying they were amazing, and I'm definitely going to give them a listen.
Can I just diss someone quickly before
Go on.
we end? To Harry Patterson, you did not complete download this year, leaving on a Friday before the bands even start playing.
Sunday.
Well, if you don't see any bands on a Sunday and you just leave, you haven't completed Download Festival.
I couldn't believe that.
So Harry, sorry mate, you've been, but you haven't completed it, mate. All right? So you're going to have to come next time and fully complete it. That's all I wanted to say. I just wanted to wind him up a bit.
Cool. Yeah, no problem. Wargasm would have been interesting. I know a lot of people still hate Wargasm. I wouldn't say I'm a hater, but I'm skeptical about how big they're actually going to get.
Sorry, that sounds like you're a fucking... You're talking about a ghost hunter or something. I love that. I don't hate them, but I'm skeptical of them. That got me. That's good. That is, dude. That's
excellent. Whether they're just going to keep snowballing and get massive, or drop off in a year or two's time.
We'll see.
Because they just blew up from nothing all of a sudden. But I think that might be about it. I wasn't interested in seeing Megadeth. There's probably a couple more that are more on there. This is our part 2. This is the last part of these review episodes. But things are going to keep coming back to us. We'll be talking about this year, all year probably. Every other episode we'll have something come up that happened, and we'll chat about it. So that's not the end of talking about this one. But and then. If there's anything, if there's anybody we haven't spoken about, which was absolutely amazing that you want to talk to us about, any little stories like you just heard with Higher Power, the singer not making it, maybe not everybody knows that. So talk to us, let us know. We want to know everything there was to know about this weekend. Oh, not this weekend. Yeah, this year's download. And yeah, that should probably be about
Well, can I say my final gripe before I go? That I've been saving up this whole time.
Go on then.
Right, so basically, I applied for the loyalty scheme this year. Now, I didn't want to get a T-shirt or anything too early because I was having fun.
Yeah.
So on Sunday, I decided I'll go into the arena. I'll get myself a little T-shirt or something. No problem. So I got there and I stood and you would have thought that I was speaking fucking Klingon to the guy who was at the merchandise thing because I said to him, so where do I go to get my vouchers for this? He looked like I'd shown him some sort of fucking technology from the future that the guy didn't understand. I mean, he was just standing there like, I'm like, you must have seen thousands of these today. So then he had to go get a manager who came over, and he went, oh yeah, oh well, go over to the. So they didn't tell me any information about this. He went, oh, go over to the information thing, and they'll sort it out for you. Go and speak to the guy, and he'll take you over to the merch stand. Like I was doing some sort of operation. Like, I just want my fucking loyalty vouchers.
Yeah.
So we got over to the information stand, and I went, oh, where do I redeem these? Oh, you can't now. We've stopped the loyalty scheme. Stopped the scheme that I had to apply for.
Yeah.
I was legitimately fucked. Like, I'm still angry about it, dude.
Yeah.
That really, honestly, I was ready. I was ready right then.
Well, yeah, because
I was ready to lose it.
You could collect them on the Thursday, I believe, from In the Village, or the Friday between something like 10 and 6, or the Saturday between something like 10 and 1. So it wasn't open very long.
Nobody told me any of this information.
Really?
No, not at all.
But,
wasn't even on the email that I got from Download.
Yeah, that's bullshit. Not from you. Bullshit from them.
So I never knew. I didn't know any of this.
Yeah.
Any of this at all.
But yeah, they can have staff on the bars all weekend, morning till night. You know, why couldn't they have staff on there all day? Because I bet there was a lot of people who missed out the same as you did.
I was. Oh man, I was so annoyed. And then you go on the merch now. It's all completely sold out.
It's all gone.
And they're not remaking any of it. So what's the fucking point? I mean, I know eventually I'll just get all the t-shirts again secondhand on Depop or whatever in a little while, but still, it's fucking shit.
I feel for you,
honestly.
man, yeah.
And then I was so annoyed by that I purposely didn't go over and buy a t-shirt.
Yeah.
Because I was so pissed off. I was literally like, go fuck yourself. Fuck it. I don't give a shit. It took me about 10 minutes to calm down. I had a Yorkshire pudding and I was fine.
Sounds like you need another Yorkshire pudding.
I need another one.
Right now.
No, I'm all right now. I'm fine. I'm fine now. But at the time, I mean, I was fucked off.
No, I don't blame you.
It was pretty. It was pretty.
I
bad.
had seen that there was.
If I'd have been told that information, and they were going to say, "Oh, you should have read the FAQs." Oh, fuck off! Just tell me. It was really annoyed me. But yeah, that was my major gripe. But I can honestly say that's the only time. Like normally they're small gripes or you're a little annoyed by something. I was actually pissed off. I've never been pissed off at Download Festival ever.
Yeah, well,
in like the 14 times I've been, but I was angry.
How much did you get as well?
It was weird.
How much money was it? Was it the 50?
30 quid. 30 quid.
Still,
so it was enough to buy a
t-shirt.
Yeah, you know. But hey ho, still going to apply for it next year.
Yeah. Well, you don't have to. I don't think. Once you get it once, you're on their system and you don't have to apply. You just you have to put in for it, but you don't have to fill out all the forms again.
I'll take a few fucking languages on Rosetta Stone as well, so the people behind the fucking merch booth can understand what I'm saying. I'll get a Klingon dictionary out. I'll learn some Spanish and some fucking French or whatever. Say it in 14 different languages so they understand.
Can I just want to say off the back of that as well, actually, if not having a go at you, not, but I've seen a lot of people were gutted that they missed out on things that sold out on the Sunday, and that's happened for years. I've seen that so many times over the years. If there's something you want, it's worth getting in the queue on the Thursday, Friday, or whatever. It's worth it, even if it's a long queue. If it takes hours, but you really want it, there's a good chance it'll be sold out on a Sunday. So don't wait.
I agree.
Excellent. And so let's move on and let's finish up this episode then. It's late enough, but do you know what? I've been umming and ahhing about whether I do this all episode, because I put a thing out a couple of days ago saying we're going to bring back Campsite Fuckery. So if you're new to the show, Campsite Fuckery is a section of the show where we ask you to tell us your stories, tell us any funny or interesting things that you saw around the campsite, or just in the arena, or anywhere at all. It doesn't even have to be a download at this point. And we had one back. So we had one on Instagram from Brick in Mouth Syndrome. I don't know if that's someone you've seen around much, but that's another vlogger. I watched the vlog that he talks about in this earlier, actually, just so I'm up to date. I've seen him around for a while, actually, but never got around to watching his stuff. I haven't watched many people's vlogs so far. Did you want to say anything? Just
no, I was waiting.
Okay.
Sorry, I thought you were still going.
I was still going. The way you said, yep. And then I carried on talking.
Yeah, as soon as I was agreeing with you.
I wasn't sure if you were going to say anything about that. His story is quite funny, actually. It's definitely worth. He's got some cool vlogs as well. Definitely go and check him out. Brick in Mouth Syndrome. It said, so I was using a water balloon slingshot to fire Poundland vibrators around Purple Camp this year. On the Sunday night, I reportedly hit someone in the face with a chocolate muffin that also got launched by the catapult. I found this out when a legend of a man dressed up like Master Chief was walking around Sunday night giving out free beers. All of this was filmed and put into my Sunday vlog. Some of the footage that gives more explanation was cut and is finding its way into the director's cut. I think he said at the end of the video that it's probably going to be about a month's time. But yeah, I thought that was hilarious.
Nice.
Yeah, I watched it and it was quite funny. Just a slingshot. I was going to ask you, actually, sorry, I'm glad I did that now, because how was Sunday night and Monday morning? Really quick before we go. Because we spoke about how Sunday night, there's the Sunday nights at Download years ago, you know, they had their little fire engine going around, like going to all these fires and like just basically like rampaging around all the campsites, putting the fires out.
Do you want me to do my impression of the campsites on Sunday night? Are you ready?
On, then.
3, 2, 1.
Oh dear.
That was the campsite.
Really?
Oh, it was just the same as the other nights.
Yeah.
It was just a way more chilled out download. Like you said before, Sunday nights used to be fucking mad. It's like people had gone insane for the evening.
Yeah.
They didn't want to go back to their normal lives.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they just went mental.
Yeah.
But no,
that's fair.
no, and Monday morning it was. I mean, where we were, it was tidy.
Did they open the thing?
Wasn't much rubbish.
Did they open the gate to let you through the shortcut? Oh, the bastards!
No,
They said they
had
would.
to walk all the way around.
Ah.
Yeah, liars.
Yeah,
but it was good. It was just on a campsite side, by far the most chilled out download. Really weird. But good,
definitely
nice.
Weird.
But I like it a little bit more mental.
Yeah,
than it
but
was
not
this
too
year.
much.
You know, and I like. Not too mental, but I like it pretty mental. It was a bit quiet, but there was loads of factors going into that and why it wasn't as busy.
Yeah.
But yeah, still excellent. But yeah, it was nice.
Cool.
Very good.
That's fair. Okay, and that is the end of our 2022 review then. Thank you all for listening. Like I said earlier, we're going to be talking about this all year until next year probably, but that's the end of the official 2 episodes now. I was tempted to put it into 3. But no, we got it into 2. It's going to be a long one, this one. Like I've said so many times, if there's anything you want to talk to us about, if you had any different experiences with the campsites, if it was as mental in some areas that it usually is, let us know. Yeah, you can reach out to us and talk to us via email, Facebook, Instagram. I need to get on Twitter actually from you again, because it will send you a message saying someone's getting onto your Twitter. And it'll be me, and so I had to sort that out at some point. Join our Discord. I always put the Discord link in the description, in the episode descriptions. You'll find all the links for everything in the description of the episode, wherever you're listening to this. But generally, we're Dear Download or Dear Download Podcast. Talk to us. We want to hear from you about anything. Tell us what kind of socks you're wearing at the moment. I don't know. And we'll talk about it. We will make a whole section about the socks that you're wearing in the next episode. Somehow, we do that. Somehow we accidentally do that kind of thing. We just go off on a tangent.
I like it.
Yeah. But yeah, that's it for this episode. I don't think there's anything else. We've already plugged your YouTube. Do you want to say where people can find you?
So yeah, I'm Simon Bond on YouTube. Fonzie_Simon on Instagram. And like I said before, if you like electronic music, I have just released an EP under my electronic name Mercury Night, so check that out on Spotify. Thank you very much.
Excellent. And like I said, go check the other vloggers out, podcasts. If you're a vlogger or a podcast, send us a message as well. We'll all get together and have a good jolly. And we'll all camp together next year as well. We'll be like a famous people's corner. It's like
nice.
Put a big barrier around us that we've put up, not that you Download put up, and have bouncers. No, we won't. Anyway, let's go away, and we'll come back next episode where we will be talking about 2,000 trees, I expect.
Yes.
Yeah? Cool.
It will probably be the 2,000 trees review by the time we come back.
And we'll have I expect we'll have your interviews in that one as well. Or do you want to spread that out over
We'll
two
see.
episodes?
We'll see how much material I get.
Cool.
And I'm sure, hopefully, I'll have lots of interesting stories.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, yeah. Again, keep an eye out for Simon's vlog for that. Then I'm sure it's going to be amazing. I'll probably be in it just as much as I was this one. Yeah, and so we're going to have to say goodbye now. So that's a goodbye from Simon.
Goodbye.
And goodbye from me. Goodbye.